Boys up, boys!
Hello.
What is up, gamers?
Hello.
Are we Captain Price? Like, what's happening?
That's right.
Yeah.
This is our 2024 energy.
Yeah.
Man, 2024 energy is getting sick all the way through New Year's, taking a flight home, having ear pressure pain, and then having a toothache. So, that's
man.
my
Sounds like
2024
it's going
energy.
really well.
It's going incredibly well.
2024.
Yikes. How's everybody doing? Other than that, other than a bad ear and a bad
Good.
tooth.
A bad
So
ear?
Good.
Like year?
It
It
hurts.
Yeah, it does. Hey, everybody, welcome back to The Forecast, a bi-weekly podcast about everything games, film, and news. I'm Aaron Juno.
I'm Alex McCausland.
Oh, I'm Caleb Juno.
I'm Chad McCausland.
I'm Jake Fetterkyle, bringing up the rear today.
Yeah, baby! On today's episode number 189, literally the entire video game world is laying people off for some reason in this economy. Palworld is destroying the internet, and in case you didn't see it, we crowned Starfield as our game of the year, so make sure you go check that out. Also, Todd Howard makes an incredible new game. Pantheon is the animated series you need to watch from 2023, which we'll go over. And of course, we've been playing games. If you'd like to know more about what we do, you can follow us on our social channels. You can check out our website, wearethehorizon.com. We have a ton of original content for you to browse through whenever Alex gets his 37 videos posted that are currently in queue.
A lot of videos. Thank you.
There's a lot. There's a lot. We also have our Discord and Signal, which is our multi-arc Starfinder adventure. And additionally, whatever we talk about is in our cast notes, which is pushed out to whatever podcasting app you are using. All right.
I feel like you already had like a ton of people click off the podcast because you said Starfield as our game of the year. But obviously, it was Dragon Ball Breakers.
Oh, yeah. It was Dragon Ball Breakers. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah. Good call. Good call. True. I should have said, I'm sorry. I've led people astray. This is my bad. Dragon Ball Breakers. Congratulations. 2023. All right. It is time for a little video game immaculate grid. Are you guys prepared? You guys ready?
I am never
I've been
prepared.
studying.
Oh,
You've been studying.
Studying.
yes.
With Jake on this one.
Welcome to Video
not.
Game Immaculate Grid, the puzzle game where our games are made up, the scores don't matter, and the game master can't build puzzles. VGIG, as we call it, takes our cast members' video game knowledge and puts it to the test. This is puzzle number 4.
We call it
Let me go over
VGIG.
the details, and what in the world does that sound? Let
Oh,
me...
was that-
Suggesting.
Was that my standing desk?
Yeah.
Why?
I thought it was the intro for VGIG.
I don't know
Yeah,
why
I thought
my
it was
mic is
too.
that sensitive. That's crazy.
Wow.
I'm so sorry.
No,
Oh,
you're
good.
fine. Let me go over the details and the rules before we start, just so everybody's on the same page. 1, we use the Moby Games database. 2, to be used on Video Game Immaculate Grid, VGIG, games must have a minimum of 5 critic reviews in the database. 3, points are based on the number of games that meet the clue requirements, i.e. 1 game equals 10 points, all the way down to a minimum of 1. 4, 3 strikes and you're out, but points still stand at the end of the game, so you can still win, even though you've got 3 strikes and you're out. Number 5, the most points at the end of the game wins the title of capital L loser. Number 6, saying final answer locks in your answer to the game master. Number 7, games are locked out unless they are the only answer for a 10-point space once guessed. And number 8, items included this week include collections, definitive editions, deluxe editions, remasters and remakes, and exclude expansions.
Did you just say the winner will be crowned the loser?
Of course.
Did I hear that? Okay.
Of course.
Making sure.
Yes. Of
Making
course.
sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean,
Is
duh.
that like a sick burn because we're losers because we like video games?
No, I don't think so. I hope
Biggest
not.
capital N nerd.
All right, let's set up the grid. We're going to set up the scores. We're going to set up the points. Some high pointers
That's
this
a
year.
lot of high
This-
points.
this
This
week,
is
boys.
what it looks like?
Oh, yeah,
Jeez.
baby.
It's going to be a bad
So
week
scared.
for all of us.
It,
Yikes.
it- I
So
don't
it's a team
actually
game
think
now,
it
right?
will. I don't actually think it will. And last but not least, let's take a look at the labels. This is what we're going to call Licensed Week.
Oh.
We have 6 categories: licensed, DC Comics, Star Wars, or manga anime. And we also have platform, Xbox Series release 2017, and critic score 90 plus. Yes. All right, so I'm going to roll a dice. We're going to see who gets to go first. 1 is Alex, 2 is Caleb, 3 is Chad, 4 is Jake. If I roll a 5 or 6, I'm re-rolling. Let's see what happens. 3.
It's
All right.
ridiculous.
Chad, you will be the
Yes, it
first
is.
contestant on VGIG number 4. What game do you think is on this list?
Ah,
By the way, Alex,
Man.
if you want to... Oh, you're already on here. Never mind.
Oh yeah.
I'm
put-
going to go DC Comics. Critic score 90.
You're going to go DC Comics, Critic Score 90. Okay. All right. Let me hear it.
I'm gonna say Batman, Arkham Asylum.
Batman, Arkham Asylum. Final answer?
Final answer.
Nice.
That is
Easy,
correct.
easy one.
Nicely done. That is, 9 points on the board. And Jake, you are up.
Can you put the numbers back on?
Oh, I sure can. There you go.
Okay.
They're
I said
almost
it like
all the
this-
same.
Yeah, like this was gonna help me to make an informed decision.
By the way, because we've had some questions about it previously, I have put together a clue for every single game on this list.
Oh, wow.
So I can provide you clues for anything in any category. If I give one clue and somebody asks me for another clue in that category, I'll give another clue for one of the games that exist in that category.
Does for platform Xbox Series, does that mean like Xbox Series X? Or
Yes.
like Xbox? Okay.
Interesting.
It's like a recent DC game.
Yeah, I can change that to Series X, actually.
No, it's fine. Okay.
Yeah, that hurts me. I think I know Xbox Series X games.
Yeah, I know.
PC
No, I'm sitting here like, I don't know. I will go.
Is Series X is current gen, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
I'll give you the points
How-
again. There you go.
Let's do Star Wars.
Okay.
Critic score 90 plus.
Okay.
I'm going to say Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Final answer?
Final answer.
That is incorrect.
Okay.
Nice attempt. Alex, you are up.
Don't you dare take the one I know.
Okay.
Hmm.
I've been trying to figure out scoring on and not trying to guess. So
Oh, sorry. I can also do that. You don't have to. So that's 0 points. All right. And that is 1 strike. I got it. Don't you worry.
DC in 2017, huh?
Mm-hmm.
What did Jake just guess?
I guessed Star Wars 90 plus, and I said Star Wars Battlefront 2. Can you really?
Star Wars 90 plus. Is it Jedi Fallen Order?
Final answer?
Yes.
Dang.
Dang.
It's not.
That is incorrect.
Nah,
That
it's got
is-
to be like an 80 some odd. There's no way.
Yeah.
Fallen
it must
Order's not
be.
90, huh?
And it's not. Caleb, you're up.
How old's the Series X?
I mean, I can probably give you a release date if you want to know.
It's PS5 age.
Yeah.
It is PS5 age. Okay.
I
Well,
don't
then we'll do licensed Star Wars Xbox Series X. Got to be Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
Final answer.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nicely done.
Oh,
Ooh,
two,
double
two
ding.
of them.
I
You got
got
double
team
ding.
points,
points.
baby.
Yeah.
18.
All right, you ready for this?
All right, 9 points on the board. Yeah, Chad.
DC Comics, Xbox
Okay.
Series X,
Okay.
Gotham Knights.
Final answer.
Final answer.
That's good.
Really?
That's good.
I
Nicely
didn't know
done.
that game came out so recently.
That is I believe a 2022 release, like late 2022.
Okay. I might know one.
Okay, I'm listening.
I'm gonna go licensed manga / anime,
Okay.
Xbox Series X,
Okay.
Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
Dragon Ball Z
Oh.
Kakarot. Final answer.
Final answer. Damn
I
it!
am sorry.
Ooh.
I am
Jake.
sorry. 2 strikes for Jake. Alex, you're back up.
Can we go DC 2017? Is it Arkham Origins? Or was that earlier?
Final answer.
That's my final answer. Dang.
That is incorrect. Caleb.
I don't know what year that came out, man. I'm gonna go for it. We'll do the same one. DC Comics released 2017. I think it might be Batman Arkham Knight.
Backman. Is that final answer?
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Strike for Caleb.
Was Knight after Origins?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dang.
Knight's the official third one, not the fake third one.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought Origins, for some reason in my mind, Origins only happened after they were done with the main line.
Are we allowed to know what year Arkham Knight did come out?
I can tell you. Hold on a second.
I would
am
love
intrigued
to know that. Because I have one more guess. But it depends on when Arkham Knight came out.
Arkham Knight came out in 2015.
Ooh, okay.
Man,
Chad, you're up.
2 years after that.
Yeah, I've been trying to do more recent things because I got some complaints when I was like, 2009. 2009. Who knows 2009 game?
It doesn't seem that long ago, and then you try to guess a game, and you're like, dang.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, man. I'm like, I wanted to go for the Star Wars, but I don't remember what was said.
You're talking about 90 plus and licensed Star Wars? The only game that's been said so far is, Jake said Battlefront 2.
Okay.
Didn't somebody guess Jedi Fallen Order?
I think Fallen
Somebody
Order
guessed
was
Fallen
it
Order too. Yeah,
Did.
sorry. Alex guessed Fallen Order, I think.
Well, if that was guessed, I'm gonna go with Star Wars 90 plus. We can't use it because it's down there. Dang it. I'll take a stab. Knights of the Old Republic.
Ooh.
90 plus Star Wars, final answer?
Yeah, final answer.
Oh, there it is.
Correct.
Good job.
That is for 8 points.
Oh, man.
One of the other ones, Knights of the Old Republic too.
I will tell you at the end.
Well, we're not gonna. That one didn't come out in 2017. Spoiler.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter.
What are we thinking, Jake? I also have clues.
I
you get a third
would
strike.
love a clue. DC Comics 2017. I have an idea, but I don't.
It's Batman.
No.
That's the clue.
If that is the clue, then I have a guess.
No. 2017 DC Comics. First clue is a DC fighting game with a unique gear system.
Huh.
When you say fighting game, do you mean a fighter, like a fighting game, or do you mean like a brawl or
a fighter?
Okay, just making sure.
Oh, then it needs to be with a unique gear system. It's got to be DC Comics released 2017. It's got to be Injustice 2. I don't know if there was a rest of that title, but Injustice 2.
Gods Among Us or something.
That
like
was the
right?
first one, though.
That was the first one. Okay.
Did they use it again for this? I don't know. Injustice
Maybe
2.
not.
Final answer.
Nicely done.
I'm still in it.
Man,
Still
that's
in it.
crazy.
9 points. Alex, you are up. Would you
Injustice
like a
2
clue?
came out in 2017.
I know.
That is crazy.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, can't be.
That's nuts. All right.
You need a
I've
clue,
got-
Alex.
Manga anime 90 plus.
No clue. This is just to clarify, this is 10 points. Because there is one game in this category. And you're going to risk your last strike.
Okay, let me
Without a
verify. Somebody
He knows it.
asked
Without
this
a hint.
already, or somebody guessed this one already, right? Can I get what the failed answer was?
No one has guessed this yet.
I have guessed
guessed Series
manga.
X.
Yes,
And
Series
Xbox
X.
Series X.
Okay, nobody guessed this one yet. I think. Sure, I'll take the clue. That's free, right?
Okay, yeah, it's free. This is for manga anime 90 plus.
Yes.
A 2006 fighting game for Nintendo DS.
Okay, never mind.
For Nintendo DS? What? 90 plus? Who was smoking crack?
What?
No
You
idea.
know what? Yeah.
I heard fighting game and I was like, yes, I'm correct. But then, because I was gonna guess Dragon Ball Fighters,
Mm-hmm.
Definitely
because
wasn't the
everybody
DS
loved that.
though.
Definitely
is
was not on
true.
DS. It wasn't in 2006.
I tell you what, if one of the guys without strikes would like to give you one of their clues, I will give you a second clue this round.
I don't.
I have a strike, by the way.
Nobody's doing that.
Oh, you have a strike?
I do.
Uh-oh.
Let me.
I missed your strike. All right.
You can give him one
Star Wars 2017. Did somebody guess Battlefront?
Mm-mm.
And now, do I guess Battlefront or Battlefront 2? How long ago was it that they
This
re-released those
is
games?
The question.
Gotta be 2, right?
You think
Oh,
2
did
was
that come out in
2017?
like 20?
Man, how do you
I think it might have been
differentiate
one.
that from the one that was on PS2?
Right. So annoying.
Because like
Like
I didn't even
parentheses
think
and
to
the
guess
year.
Battlefront 2. And I was like, what are the new ones called? I didn't know.
Yeah, the same. They use the same name.
Yeah.
I was kind of cheating when I said licensed Star Wars critics store 90 sauce
Battlefront
because I
or
just said
Battlefront
Battlefront 2. I was like, maybe.
Maybe
I
two
think it's
different ones.
Battlefront. I think it's gonna be the first remake.
First remake.
It's not even a remake. First new game named the same thing as the old game.
Final answer.
Yeah, Battlefront. Dang.
I'm sorry. 3 strikes. You are out, sir. Caleb.
I got none right this time.
Yep.
It's okay. I think you crushed it the first
Yeah.
first week and third week. So
Man, I think I know what Manga Anime 2017 is, but there's no way I'm going to remember the name of it.
Describe it?
I think it's the Dynasty Warriors One Piece game.
Oh,
One Piece Burning Blood?
I don't think that sounds right.
do you want a clue?
Yeah, I'll go clue for.
he's just gonna be like, it's One Piece.
Yeah, we'll do a clue for that one. We'll do that one.
For that
Manga
category?
Anime 2017.
Manga Anime 2017. An action adventure game set in a popular pirate world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is the One Piece one.
Might be Burning Blood.
I almost feel like I don't know the title at all. Not even gonna be able to guess it unless Jake can guess it. I almost feel like we gave it to Caleb because
One
I mean he
Piece.
said One Piece. Like
Pirate Punch Friends.
It might just be Burning Blood.
It might. We're gonna try it. We're gonna guess Jake might be right. Manga Anime 2017. One Piece Burning Blood. No
Final
answer.
answer? Okay.
Damn it!
That is incorrect. Second
Yeah,
strike.
sorry.
Chad, you are up.
I
No
felt good
strikes,
about it.
Chad.
yeah, this is where I'll get my strike. Don't worry. Let's do. Man, I got so many guesses now. No strikes.
Yeah, you can do whatever. Do you want a clue?
I want a clue for Star Wars 2017.
Star Wars 2017. A multiplayer focused game with a campaign set across different eras released by EA Dice.
Yep.
So is that's Star Wars Battlefront 2?
Must be.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Final
the other one.
answer.
Yeah,
Man.
I guess
That is
the
correct.
wrong
Battlefront
one.
2.
Yeah.
How
That's
is
a
it that
shame.
long ago? What
When
is
did
time? What do you
What
mean
is
is time?
When did the first one come out?
I can
Like
look it
20
up. Give me a second.
15 maybe?
It's EA. They crank those out pretty
They were
quick.
back to back. Kind of.
Battlefront came out in 2015.
Okay, look at that. We guessed it
Word.
right after
When
we knew.
did Squadrons come out? Was that like 20?
20, I think. It might be
I would-
20.
Something like that.
I was
Because
gonna
that might
guess
have been
Squadron.
the Xbox Series X, other Xbox Series X.
Jake,
Actually, I have a guess for
Maybe.
Xbox Series X.
do you want a hint?
Can I get a hint for Xbox Series X manga anime? Please.
Yes. An RPG adventure where you set sail on an epic quest filled with unique island exploration.
I'm going to go with One Piece Odyssey, which I think is the tagline for the
Oh.
new One Piece RPG. One Piece Odyssey, final answer.
Nice.
Yes! I'm the best One Piecer on the podcast,
Nice.
confirmed.
All right, back to
Oh,
Caleb.
you lied
2
to me.
strikes. Do
I
you
thought
want
it was
a hint?
Burning Blood. I don't know why.
Yeah, can I get a hint for the other one from Manga Anime 2017?
A fast-paced mech combat game featuring iconic mobile suits.
I'm not gonna know what the Gundam game's called.
You got like the first 3 words.
Yeah, Mobile Suit Gundam.
Mobile Suit Gundam.
Something really long, probably.
Maybe it's Burning Blood.
What is the
Gundam
One
Burning
Piece
Blood.
one, man? We did it for.
We
the only reason
played
I
it
remember
in a
is 'cause
Humble Rumble.
Yes, yeah. Man, I feel like it's got Crusade in the name or something.
Burning Crusade.
It's
Gotta have burning in it, though.
Man, I don't know for any of these. The Critic 90 Plus was the 2006 fighter game.
It was a fighting game on the DS.
DS.
I will give for the three of you that remain, I will give you this, the just as a free clue. The release 2017 manga anime is a deluxe edition.
So it's like a re-release of an older.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't help me one bit.
No.
Maybe did they just call it One Piece Deluxe Edition?
I mean, I don't have any idea. I don't even know what subtitle to give One Piece to guess.
Is everybody giving up on these last three categories, or are you guys going to use your guesses?
I
last two
got a
categories,
couple. I got like one more guess.
Give me an X.
All right, Kill's got an X. Chad, what are we going with?
I know this is probably wrong, but you know what? When in Rome.
Oh no!
I'll let you do it. Chad has not guessed yet. What do you got?
I think it's One Piece Pirate Warriors. Final answer. Or Pirate Warriors. I don't know if it's plural. Okay, I thought it was.
Okay. Critic score 90. Manga / anime.
Okay.
Just pulling this out of the air. Dragon Ball DS.
Final answer?
Yeah.
One strike for Chad. Jake, what do you got?
On the DS, a fighting game.
Yep.
Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse.
Final answer?
Final answer. Okay.
Chad, you're the last one alive. Do you even need to score more points? No.
I guess not. You already
It would have
won.
been a Budokai at some point back then.
Yeah, I was gonna guess like Dragon Ball Z Budokai DS, but you know,
Could
just
be.
trying to put a DS in. I'm gonna go with that. Dragon Ball Z
It's probably not a Dragon Ball game.
Budokai DS.
It's gotta be. What else would it be?
I have no
I don't know.
idea.
Final answer?
Yeah.
You have one
Alright,
more
let's-
guess.
let's
What would you
move
like? To move on? All right. The correct answer for that category. I
Just
paused.
do it. Just go for it. Go for
Sure.
it.
All right.
Like
It
Tekken.
is Jump Ultimate Stars.
I've never
Yeah.
even heard of that. You made that up.
That's just a Shonen Jump game that has like
Yeah.
all of them.
All the
Oh,
Jump
yeah.
And
manga.
for 2017 manga anime, we
What is
have
it?
One Piece Ultimate or Unlimited World Red Deluxe Edition.
That's
First
not
game.
even the one we played.
No, it's not.
And Gundam Versus.
Gundam.
Oh my
Versus.
gosh.
Wow, I would have guessed the names for those.
Other categories or other
one's
guesses you
hard.
could have given me, I will tell you. First, in DC Comics Critic Score 90+, we also had Arkham City.
Yep.
Could have guessed. For Star Wars 90+, we also had a 1994 game, Droid Works. And
You tell me
Star
the Old
Wars
Republic, not the
TIE
Old Republic
Fighter.
2 is not in there?
no.
Crazy.
2017 DC Comics, we also have Batman the Telltale series, The Enemy Within. Could guess that.
Fucking, it was called Burning Blood. The
You're
one
right.
we were talking about was called Burning Blood.
I don't think that's the one we played still.
I have it in my Steam library. That's the only reason. That's how I found it.
For
It's
DC
One Piece
Comics,
Pirate Warriors 3.
3.
Get out of here.
Look
Oh my
at that.
gosh.
They're
Pirate
both
Warriors
right.
3.
For DC Comics Xbox Series X, we also had DC Justice League Cosmic Chaos.
What is-
What in
is
the
that?
world?
Never heard of that.
Interesting.
Yes. And then for Star Wars Xbox Series, we also had Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. Ooh,
Should've known
I'm
that one.
forgetting one actually, and this one's really important that we talk about this. For manga anime and Xbox Series X, we also have
Konosuba game.
Dragon Ball The Breakers.
The Breakers!
Oh man.
Yes!
Oh, you hate to see it. Man. Well, boys,
Game of the
nicely
year
done.
right there.
Chad, congratulations, 36 points. You have won.
Dang.
VGIG number 4. You are the capital L loser.
This is where your year turns around, starting now.
Yeah,
That's right.
finally.
This is where it turns around. Absolutely. Nicely done, boys. It's a way better VGIG when it's not. There's no setting, I think. So I'm just gonna keep that category
Yeah.
out. We're gonna keep
I
going
think
with this.
that's... I think
Setting
that's
Mars. Like what?
Yeah, I know. I try. Okay, I try. You know, that's pretty good though. You guys got 7 out of 9. And those were
tough.
all
Those were
pretty
really
quickly
tough.
too.
categories. Yeah.
Manga
Yeah.
anime is a tough
Apparently-
category.
We watch manga or we watch anime, but
we
don't-
watch manga and eat anime.
but we don't play the video games, I guess.
Apparently
He
not.
commit- I knew all about. Caleb and I
Well-
knew 3 One Piece games.
It's true, just not that
crazy.
one.
It's crazy.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but anime is usually good consumed through watching it, not playing it.
Yeah, or eating it, I guess.
Except for the breakers.
I guess unless you like visual novels, you know.
All true.
Steins Gate, still probably watch that. But there's other ones.
All right, let's move on to news-related items, and this is where the podcast goes from being exciting to being very sad. Alex, take us through the 9 different things you have to make us sad. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks for this.
Yeah, so it's been like a long time since we've got to talk about like news and stuff because we had a skipped episode and we had Game of the Year episode. But before the last podcast that we talked about news, Insomniac had a bunch of leaks that were kind of crazy. It's kind of like the biggest leak in the video game industry ever. Like they fully leaked their Wolverine game that they're working on for 2026. Like a playable build of it was out there that worked on PC. A bunch of footage from that game, etc. Like their whole projected lineup for like the next 10 years of what they're doing. Just a ton of stuff. There's so many gigs of documents that things are like people are still pulling things out of, and then also like a bunch of personal information for developers and things like that. That's not great.
Mhm.
So that was just crazy. Like the playable build of a game that's not coming out for 2 years, getting on the internet is nuts.
At what point do you think we get close to like a severance level security for developers of any kind?
Never.
Man,
I'm saying close. Like I don't know, something that's in between where we're at right now and where severance is at.
yeah, I don't know.
That's a big gap. My guy.
I mean, they start going military grade at some point, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Severance is a little. I don't know if we'll ever be that.
For people who aren't familiar with Severance,
capitalism.
they have different like personalities at work and at home, and neither one knows what the other one does.
They
Their
like
brain
their
splits the sections for
yeah.
work and home life.
It's
They
incredible.
undergo like a procedure to split their personalities in two. Nuts. Yeah, so I just wanted to bring up the Insomniac layoffs. That's super crazy.
That sucks.
Yeah.
But they're not the only ones for layoffs, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got layoffs for a bunch of places. Since we last talked, Unity had layoffs again. They've done a couple rounds of layoffs in the past like year. Let me pull up. Yeah, so they laid off 1,800 employees, which is about 25%.
Weird that after they made a horrible mistake, they have run out of money.
I mean, they did a small layoff a little bit back when Riccatello left. But this is much larger. They said it's a company-wide restructuring to refocus on core business as the reason.
I do love core business.
Yeah. That's about all the info we have out of that. So that kind of sucks. 1,800 employees there. Then we got news a few days ago that Riot is laying off 530 employees. That's about 11% of their employees.
Yeah, they're killing off their new Riot Forge, which has only been going for a few years.
Yeah, that's crazy. They're killing Riot Forge.
What?
Which
Sorry,
is-
what is Forge?
It's
like
what
their-
made the spin-off games, like the Silas one.
Yeah.
And the new game
one.
and the Echo one? No,
Yeah.
And the
that's
new one
too
that
bad.
just came out. There was a farming kind of, I forget what it's called, but
They made a farming game in League?
farming's not right.
Yeah, League is a game about farming, Caleb.
What's the Switch? What's the Switch Animal Crossing? They made an Animal Crossing game.
In League?
Yeah,
It's
it's,
not
Now I
in
got it.
League,
No,
it's
what
just
the-
it's
like,
called Bandle-Tale. Bandle-Tale.
There was a rumor that there was going to be a Riot Games MMO. I wonder if that's affected now too.
Mm.
I'm pretty sure that's like I think they've talked about that. I think that's a thing that they're doing with their main team. Riot
Okay.
Forge is like they basically partner with developers to make games
Got
based
it.
on their IP. And essentially they're shutting down that division of the company, so there's going to be way less like external lore-based games that are made by other developers now. They did say if the right project comes along, they could still do it. So I guess now it's, instead of being a division that actively is seeking to make third-party games, there's like a case-by-case basis of like, if you have an idea that you want to use their IP, go to them and they can work with you on it.
Right.
Along with that, they're also downsizing the Legends of Runeterra team, which is the card game, I think.
Yeah.
Sure.
Right, it's crazy. They got
Is
all the
Project
games.
L still going to be a thing?
They didn't
Better
say
be.
anything about Project L. I think Project L is another like core development team thing, like
I would not be
Valorant
surprised.
was.
It does seem like they're putting a lot of effort in.
Yeah.
So Runeterra, Legends of Runeterra, they said it hasn't been hitting the mark that they want to hit for like a while, and so they're downsizing it, and they're only going to focus on the PvE mode now.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Riot, the Arcane season got a release date for this year, November 2024.
Yeah, it's crazy far away. Why is it taking so long? That's nuts.
I mean, did you see the animation?
Yeah. Moving right along, we got layoffs at Microsoft and Activision Blizzard to go with their new acquisition. This to me feels kind of like they had the acquisition go through, they assessed everything over there, and now they're like making cuts based on
For sure.
like the new structure. 1,900 employees are affected there. It's about 9% of their employees.
I can almost see as like expected, because that's what happens
You
during
know
an
it's gonna
acquisition, right?
happen,
Like
yeah.
they trim because they either have assets that they can develop currently in-house, or they maybe have another studio that they already own that can take over for some of that work. Plus, most of the time there's acquisitions, they look for bloated salaries, and they're kind of just, that's just what happens. I can see that one. The other ones,
Like people
Are a
doing
little
the
bit
same
more.
jobs.
yeah,
They have to like choose one.
yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Along with that news, the Blizzard president, Mike Ybarra, confirmed he's decided to leave the company. And also Alan Adham, which is the chief design officer, is leaving Blizzard. So Blizzard losing some top brass.
That's crazy. Things are going so well at Blizzard. I don't know. Why would people leave?
That seems like they've been there for a while. They have a lot of stock, and then they got purchased for $69 billion. So now they're like
Yeah.
super rich. And they're
You know
just
what? That's fair.
riding off into the sunset.
Why would they keep working?
Yeah. The statement from Microsoft there was they are laying people off to set priorities, identified areas of overlap, and ensure that they're aligned for the best opportunities of growth. Bunch of corporate speak there.
Oh, 100%.
Mhm.
Gosh. I mean, and with them, it's like they're so much bigger. They're not just a game development company, right? So they're adjusting, and they're thinking, all right, this silo is going to make X amount. This silo is going to make. It is not their primary source of revenue. They do not care.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of like, we're going to make the things that make us money, and that's it. We're going to cut everything else.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yet they keep Call of Duty around.
It's an absolute monster moneymaker.
Yeah, I know. It's so bad though. I don't know why people buy the game, myself included.
I don't understand it, man.
So then just a few hours ago, we heard that a small indie studio, Raycon Games, Raycon, they're the studio behind Ruiner, if you remember that game.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
They are downsizing like 60 to 70 employees, which turns out is like 80% of their workforce.
Wow.
They were working on an FPS called Final Form. I don't know if that's still going on or not. Maybe they're going to switch projects to something smaller scale after losing most of their employees. I don't know.
Like Final Mouse, Final Form. This is the last video game you'll ever need to play.
Wow.
The
That game's not even the final form.
the quotes coming out of the office were that the layoffs were sudden and shocking. So this came out of nowhere for them.
I got a serious question. When is a layoff not shocking? I guess with Activision Blizzard, that's not shocking. But like,
I don't know. Like they kind of, like Dad, for instance, at Cisco, like they had talked about how they were going to be downsizing like a while out, like a month or two out.
I actually think I think it's just the UK. There's a law where you have to give notice.
Okay.
Like a month ahead of time before you lay people off.
So
So
I
it'll be
guess
like,
laying off is different than firing. So
Oh, very.
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
I was looking into like some of the CEOs' salaries for these companies, thinking, oh man, the CEOs for these companies must make an astronomical amount of money. Why are we doing so many layoffs? But really, compared to, with the exception of what Activision Blizzard CEO was making, because he's the second highest, or was the second highest paid CEO in the video games industry, he was making like $154 million in 2021.
Is that Bobby Kotick?
Yeah.
Mhm.
That is, he's an anomaly, so I can understand that one. The other two, Riot CEO, he makes about $21 million a year, but $518,000 annual salary, so a lot of it's in stock. Unity CEO makes $235,000 a year, and the rest of his $11 million salary comes from stock.
Gosh.
So, like, part of it, I guess I kind of get, but man, that's still who can spend that much money?
Yeah, right.
That's a lot of jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Talk about this all the time.
Worth noting that Bobby Kotick is no longer at Activision Blizzard. That happened since the last time we were able to talk about this stuff too. That was like end of December.
I think everybody's rejoicing about that for the most part.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, $154 million a year. Yeah. His salary,
Oh,
his
that's not the only
salary was
reason.
almost $1 million a year.
There's a lot of allegations about his conduct also.
Yeah, that's
That
the
are-
big stuff.
Very fishy.
I mean, he was the CEO for like almost 30 years. Like, he probably just did whatever he wanted. It's awful. Man, yeah. Yikes. Big yikes.
So yeah, overall, we've lost like over 5,000 jobs in 2024 already.
And
In the games
January's
industry?
not over.
Yeah.
If you want a comparison, last year we lost about 10,500 in all of 2023. So we're at about 54% of this layoffs. I don't know where 54% comes from. That was from the article. Though.
What a way to start.
Yeah. Yikes.
Yeah.
Well, man, thanks, Alex. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
That's good. We went really just at a
Great.
high, and now
We
we're
just we mentioned it in the Game of the Year podcast about how horrible layoffs were last year, and it was
And now
like
they're already worse.
immediately like
Well,
worse
not worse
than,
yet.
not
but
worse yet, but
yeah.
it's
They'll
only
get there.
January.
Yeah.
Well,
So
let's.
I
Yeah, go ahead,
think
Chad.
I think it's Bobby Kotick, and the reason why I said that a lot of people rejoice that he's gone. I'm trying to research this to figure this out, but I think I heard that he was one of the guys who, when he stepped into his role, made sure that microtransactions were a huge thing. And one of the things that he actually like really wanted was for you to pay $1 to reload your guns.
That
That was
wanted
Riccatello.
that.
That was
Riccatello, yeah.
that's the Unity guy.
Unity
that is
guy.
now gone.
Yep.
Okay.
It's a lot of questionable CEO choices.
Yeah.
You don't say.
It just makes me think of Ben Mendelsohn's character in Ready Player One. We can sell 80% of their screen with ads. Oh, okay. All right.
I've seen a lot of discussion about how like a lot of the layoffs are because of essentially it's like COVID's fault still, runoff effects, because COVID happened and everybody was locked inside, and like the games industry and everything online pretty much boomed, and everybody hired a ton throughout the pandemic for like Twitch, for game developers, everything. And the level of expansion was too much for like the sustainability of like a return to normal when everybody's not constantly 24/7 online.
I wonder if there's like a comparison of hiring during the pandemic versus layoffs in 2023, 2024 from these industries. Maybe
That'd be
they do
interesting.
mesh up. Huh. Where's our data analytics person?
Yeah, right.
Let's get him in here. Okay, let's move out of sad news and let's move on to some film-related things. First and foremost is the game, or the TV show that Chad had everyone watch, and we all watched it. We're so
Yeah, I was
excited.
about to say,
We
we're coming
loved
out
it.
of sad news, but I got betrayed this week. So, you know.
Has Been Hotel. Tell us about it, Chad.
Yeah, so Has Been Hotel is a show. It's a comedy musical. So it's really interesting to be watching the show, and you know it's kind of like progressing, and then a song breaks out. So the songs are incredible. First of all, secondly, the premise of the show is you're at a hotel in hell, and essentially they describe it that Lilith and Adam were in love, or rather, they were the ones that were created by God to take over the planet. Lilith decided that she wanted to do the whole free will thing, and she left Adam. Eve was created, so Adam and Eve would Adam had somebody to lord over. Lilith went to Lucifer. They had a child, and then they created, basically hell was created, and the whole premise is the princess of Lilith and Lucifer is creating a hotel for the souls of hell to come and learn how to be good people, so that they could be redeemed and go up to heaven. So that's the whole premise. And then there's like musical, and there's like a bunch of just ridiculous stuff that's happening. I mean, it's hell. So you're seeing like this one guy is just a porn star down there, and he's just like trying to like live his life. He sold his soul. He's like the best porn star. Then there's like the bartender who had a gambling addiction, and he signed a contract with somebody. So now he has to run this hotel, the hotel bar. So yeah, it's a really interesting, it's quite funny. And the musical aspect of it, it's just like the songs are just really good. The interesting thing about it is this isn't a new show. The pilot was actually released 4 years ago. And 4 years ago on this YouTube channel called, it is VGIG. I think I'm saying that right. VIVGIEPOP. They released the pilot, and then four videos later, they released another video, and they explained that like, hey, this is the pilot. I'm sorry I've been gone for a while. I'm not going to stop until all of the stuff that's in my head about this show is shown to the entire world. We're going to get this ball rolling. I'm really excited about this. We had 7 million views on our, pilot. This is like incredible for us. So it's really interesting to go back and watch the pilot, and then also watch what's on Amazon Prime now and see the changes that were made, the animation strides that they took. The quality of songs are just so much better. And also they, in between that, created a show called Hell of a Boss, which is, once again, they're people in hell, but they're an assassin team, and they have a book to where they can go into the real world and they can assassinate people. And that's their whole gig, is that they just go into the real world and take revenge on people, for people. So like their clients come to them as like, yeah, it's like, this chick slept with my husband, so I want you to go kill him. And yeah, it's a funny comedy thing that you can watch on that channel. The episodes are all on YouTube. So if you want to watch that before watching Has Been Hotel, pretty interesting. Kind of gives a little tiny bit backstory of, it kind of ties in. They're in the same universe, so it's cool stuff. Both musicals.
I don't know who you are anymore. But that's very exciting.
Man, the songs are just so good. I actually went on to Spotify and I've just been listening to the songs again, like just the soundtrack. So good.
Well, in the 10 minutes I watched the first episode, I got introduced to a couple characters, and one of the voices, I was like, man, that voice is so familiar. And then I looked it up, and it's like, yeah, it's Rosa from I was gonna say Parks and Rec. Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
No way.
Yep.
Yeah. I was like, it's so her too. Her voice is so
It's so funny because
identifiable.
it's her voice, but then also you look at the character that she's playing, and it's like, it's her face.
Her
awesome.
animated face.
Yeah.
On top of Has Been Hotel, Caleb, you watched The Curse, right?
Yeah, I've only watched like an episode and a half, because this is the most uncomfortable show I've ever watched. So if you've seen Eighth Grade, the movie, it's got kind of that feel going on, but crank it up a little bit and make it about adults. Man,
I like that.
it is really uncomfortable. It has me like literally squirming while I'm watching it sometimes. It's Nathan Fielder is the director and one of the main actors in it. Yep,
I love Nathan
alongside
Fielder.
Emma Stone. And it's about them as a newlywed couple who are trying to kind of energize a small community in New Mexico. And it just goes some incredibly uncomfortable places. And be warned, nudity and sexual content warning for first episode. So don't, not safe for work stuff. But it is, man. It's one of those shows where you hate watching it, but you can't stop watching it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so upsetting. So upsetting.
I caught like a scene showed up on my YouTube and it was like 8 minutes long and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so tough.
Yeah.
Is this how you watch all your media now in just like 10-minute chunks?
Yeah.
He's the
that's
guy
it.
they made that service for. We watch 7-minute videos. What was that called?
Oh, on your phone.
Quibi?
Quibi. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Man.
It was
That is
rough.
for you, Alex.
Is this with Emma Stone?
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay. I want to point out, one, both of these are not safe for work, has been and the curse. Two, they're both produced by A24, so that's cool.
Yep.
I just
Excellent.
like that Alex spent about as much time on the random show that Caleb does not even recommend as the one his brother specifically recommended to him for the podcast.
This is what I'm worth to him.
Yep. Sucks,
just-
man.
I mean,
Sucks.
Aaron didn't even watch
Cold-blooded.
it after I texted. He didn't even reply to me saying,
Busy
"Hey,
week,
I
man.
won't have
Sorry.
time."
Busy week.
I just got ghosted, hardcore.
I'll mark it as red right now.
Mark it. You haven't even opened the text.
I saw it come through, and I saw the first sentence. I
I
have not
got
opened it.
swiped
You're like,
away
not
on
worth.
your lock screen.
I'm telling you, I've had a busy week. It's been crazy.
Yikes, Chad. Yikes.
You saw the first part of the text and you're like, not worth reading.
Well, I didn't.
See ya.
For what it's worth, hold on. Let me see.
At least I
let me see.
put 10 minutes into watching the show.
Okay, this is
At
what I
most.
didn't know. The latter half of this text says you should check out Has Been Hotel before the cast. I saw the first half of the text.
You
so I
should
was
check out Has Been Hotel and you're like, nah.
No.
I don't take recommendations
Well,
from people.
In Aaron's defense, I did say this is probably a show that you're not going to be into, but I wrote you should check out Has Been Hotel
I didn't
before the
know. I
cast.
didn't understand the priority. Otherwise, I probably would have.
All right, now you have to
All right,
front
so now I have to restructure my sentences.
Yeah, you have to
thinking-
restructure
thinking for the
everything.
future. Before the cast.
Yeah. Oh,
Watch
100%. If you say that
before the
I'm watching
cast,
it.
and then he's like,
100%.
ooh.
Yeah, I'll get it done.
You did text me Tuesday night, and it is Thursday night. That's not a lot of
Listen,
time.
get it done.
It's not a
Get
lot
it
of
done,
time.
kid.
What are
Get
you
it done.
doing? You don't got a job?
I'm trying to finish Lies of P.
Let's talk about a few other things
That's on a
in
timeline,
film.
too.
Two other shows that we watched in 2023. Well, actually, when did Invincible even come out? It came out late November 2023, right?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Okay. Two shows we watched in 2023 we didn't really talk about because of the strike. At least one of them we definitely didn't talk about because of the strike, and we just really haven't been talking about shows as much. First of which is Pantheon, which if you were going to pick an animated show to watch, man, yes, the show is excellent, absolutely phenomenal. I don't even know who wants to talk.
I just want to point out that this is a show that Chad brought to the group and said, hey, you guys should watch this. And we all did, and we liked
all did.
it.
We loved it. We loved it.
Jake, did you watch it?
I have not watched
When I said we all, I meant
Jake, the
excluding
betrayal.
Jake.
Yeah,
Good
everyone in Kansas. Everyone who lives in the middle of the country.
Animated show level, it's maybe a step down from Gravity Falls. So if you're gonna if you really want to invest in a high quality, excellent animated show,
It's really good.
You say
Pantheon is
invest like it's going to take a lot from you, but it's
two
like
seasons.
Two
Two
seasons.
seasons.
two
Alex,
seasons and they're like short
you watched-
episodes.
10 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
It's an investment.
They're short seasons, they're short episodes, and it's 2 seasons. That's it. You can be done in a week.
I think this show, one of the reasons I really like this show is honestly one of the reasons I liked the way that Gravity Falls progresses, because the show has a very steady pace as you're going. And then you get like towards the end of season 2 of Gravity Falls, and it freaking goes bananas. And it is some of the best episodes of the show that you will watch. Pantheon, great throughout, excellent writing throughout, excellent show throughout, great idea. You get to the end of season 2, bananas.
Mhm.
Absolute crazy show at the very end, but excellent writing all around.
Yeah,
I'll be honest.
legitimately. Go ahead.
Episodes 3, 4, 5 of season 2 really was like a downward slope for
Yeah.
me. It got less and less interesting.
Oh,
Yeah.
But those final 3 episodes, man, blew my mind like 5 times. They're so good. It's crazy.
Well, I get this wrong every time, and Alex may want to take this over, but weren't they like canceling this, but then somebody acquired them
Yeah.
and like
AMC released the first season, I think, and then canceled it.
The second
But-
season was basically done at that point,
Yeah, they
right?
canceled it when the second season was like finished, like almost all the way finished, and then Amazon picked it up for, release, and basically put the finishing touches on it, pushed it out the door.
it does conclude very well. Like Alex was like, "Oh, they could do a third season now that they got picked back up," and I was like, "Probably
No,
not."
thank you.
No,
I hope that
they
please don't,
finished
please
the
don't
whole
do it.
season. They finished the whole
Yes.
story in 2 seasons. It's
Let it
really
be.
satisfying.
Let it lie. For those of who have not watched the show who are interested, this show is about, in an era of AI, this show is about UI, uploaded intelligence, which is taking a human brain and essentially uploading it and creating an intelligence digitally from that. And the way they go about portraying that is so interesting and unique and
If you take
scary
Robbie
at times, I
Amell's
think.
upload, where it's comedy, and then you make it serious and a drama, then you have Pantheon.
I can see that.
It's crazy because it's like essentially a cartoon, but it's actually like serious sci-fi that makes you think about things. It's weird.
Yeah.
What's
it's,
that?
Man, really good sci-fi.
What's that Johnny Depp movie where he
Pirates
uploads
of the
his brain?
Caribbean.
Pirates, thank you.
Mhm.
What is that called?
Transcendence or
Oh my god,
Maybe?
that movie? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's called Transcendence.
Transcendence.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Transcendence.
I don't know. The show is excellent. Don't let me compare
This
to
is like-
Transcendence. 'Cause-
It's
Yeah,
nothing
why-
like
what-
Transcendence.
why have you
shows
done
like
that?
Transcendence is
if
bad.
Transcendence was like really good
yes.
and
Yeah,
also
there you go.
like went way like the story went on way farther
Yeah.
to like the rest of the world and its effects on everybody as a civilization.
It is. If you have ever read Ready Player 2, it's the same story. That's what it is.
Mm.
Yes. Weird book. But anyway, great show. It's over. It's a complete series. You can watch it. They're not going to ruin it, hopefully, by coming out with another season.
I mean, if they do, I'm saying
not
it's
watching
canon that season
Yeah.
2 is
Yeah.
the end. I like House
Yeah.
Cards, where they came out with more seasons, but it's like it was over. It was
Yeah,
done.
it was complete.
After he knocked on the desk
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
it.
and it cut to
Death
black,
Note. Yep.
I haven't
I was
watched
like,
a single
alright,
thing
cool.
after that.
You don't need to.
show's over.
It's a different
Show's
show. They
over.
might as well. They should subtitle those seasons. The other thing we watched in 2023 was Invincible Season 2 with an asterisk because it is the first half of Invincible Season 2. I think it's 4 episodes, 5 episodes? 4 episodes.
You guys gonna do any spoilies? Because I will mute and
No
definitely
spoilies, I don't think. I
Okay.
don't think it's necessary. The one thing I want to say about this show is they go places that I think you don't expect. And in Season 2, they go places, and I don't know that I even really cared about some of it, but then they somehow weave it back together pretty effectively. The show it's just really well done. I'm just very upset that they were like, we'll just release 4 episodes, and then sometime in 2024 we'll release the second half.
Yeah. I mean, I almost would have preferred if they just waited longer and released it all.
Yes. Totally okay
Yeah,
with
because
that.
like, why would you watch something that's airing right now?
I mean, even if they want to air week to week, that's fine. But like, why are they going to stop for like an indeterminate amount of time?
Just a major cliffhanger.
Yeah.
So this is not. I was going to say, because there was a complaint or before the cast about how shows are not released like this. But I will say, Voltron, Legendary Defender, had this exact show schedule release, and let me tell you guys,
who here's watched that?
I've watched quite a bit of it.
It's a good show.
I watched a few episodes.
It's a good show. You gotta, I don't know. It's
That show,
nostalgia for me. So
I feel like they still labeled it new seasons, though, right?
they did. It was always labeled a new season, but it was only like the season would be like 4 episodes and then 6 episodes, and they would come out intermittently, like every 5 or 6 months or something.
Weird.
Yeah, very strange. But anyway, I don't know what else. I don't know if you guys have anything else to say about Invincible other than go watch it. The first season's incredible, and when you watch the first season, and honestly, when you watch any episode of Invincible, please do not pause when you see a title screen or you see credits rolling, because it is not the end of the episode ever.
Man.
Oh yeah.
They make it even worse in season 2.
Good call.
I'm really bad about turning off shows when the credits roll, and so in one of the episodes
Aaron's
of
really
the
bad.
season,
Man.
I went to turn it off, and it was literally only 10 minutes in, and I was like, it's done.
The seek bar is less than halfway through the episode on that one. That's a particularly bad example. I can't tell you how many times I've texted Aaron and been like, hey, did you see that scene after the credits in whatever we've watched recently? And he's like, what? I gotta go watch that.
No idea. Credits roll. I'm like, oh, cool.
Huh?
Go off clap.
See ya.
Yeah, because I got
Turn it
things
off
to do,
immediately.
you know?
I don't care about any of these people that put their time and effort into making this product for me.
Man. Last but not least in film, I want to talk about this because we recently had a cultural appreciation night, as Caleb calls it, cultural appropriation. And we watched an Indian film titled RRR. Kind of blew up right when it was released, back when it was released in 2022. And this is the second time I've watched this movie. I love it. I think it's an excellent film. In fact, I really want to watch more Bollywood, and I cannot remember the name, but this is not Bollywood. It's the opposite of Bollywood, the other place in India that makes films.
Wood Bali,
thank you. I really like the way that they're just like, whatever, just make it look like this. And then they create a scene where the physics don't matter. The relevancy to the situation doesn't really matter.
Is this the movie rather, where they have a rope tied to their waist and they jump either side of the bridge?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, you got to remember, before that, they're on a horse and a motorcycle and they drive opposite directions and then launch themselves off of opposite sides of the bridge.
Gosh. But how does one not pull the other? How do they know that they're identical weight?
They talked about it.
And then
The thing is, that scene, they specifically don't talk. They do this whole thing where they do hand signs that I have no idea how they know what they mean.
100 feet apart. Just yell, guy.
They do a bunch of hand signs from very far away to begin with, and then they show up next to each other and they still do hand signs. And then they just know what they're going to do, which is an elaborate scheme to jump off both sides of this bridge and swing under it with the one rope.
And it's fire underneath, so they have to dip the flag. One of them has a flag, he dips it in the water, and he throws it at the other. And that one already saved the person. They transfer the kid or something, woman, whatever, to the And they he goes back into the fire with the wet flag or whatever, so that he doesn't get hurt.
Yep.
God.
You should have watched this movie, Chad. The amount of times that I was like, this is literally just a Fast and the Furious movie while we were watching it.
I mean, I can see that.
I told Aaron, and Alex says, had I not watched this in a group, I would have stopped watching it at the 30-minute mark or earlier. It is just preposterous.
It is.
Constantly.
It's so funny. It's Tollywood, by the way.
Tollywood.
Bollywood are typically Hindi films, and Tollywood are Telugu films from the south of India.
Thought they only stars tall people. Maybe.
Yes, only tall people.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I thought it was a lot of fun. I'm glad you guys finally got a chance to watch it. It's a long movie.
3 hours.
Most Bollywood Tollywood movies they're long. It is a long film.
That's 3, yeah.
But it's just fun, and they do a good job of I think they restrain themselves a bit from the ridiculousness until the last like 20 minutes, and then it just
They don't
man,
restrain
it hits.
themselves at all.
Don't
It
listen
hits.
to. They don't really restrain
There's no
themselves much.
restraint. Nah.
It's
They
so
do
good.
some ridiculous stuff at the end, but yeah, the general level of ridiculousness is pretty high throughout.
Mm-hmm.
So, speaking of India's Fast and the Furious RRR, we should probably mention briefly some of the news about Fast 11. Jake, you're going to be very excited about this.
Am I?
Yes.
Do you
You
know
might
about this
be.
news, Aaron?
Yes, because Alex and I and Caleb have talked about it.
Oh my gosh. I sent Alex this article the other day, and it was talking about how Fast 11 may no longer be a direct continuation from Fast 10.
Mm.
Also, the budget's going to be a little lower. But
Because Fast 10 didn't perform well, right?
right. So also with that, people are like, well, what's going to happen to like the cliffhanger that we got in Fast 10? And it's being waved off as it's going to be in the Hobbs movie. Like it'll just like that movie will come out before Fast 11, and like it'll kind of just explain how like what the cliffhanger was and how it progresses from there. And then Fast 11 is going to go back to its roots, back to the racing. So that's cool, I guess. We'll see what about that.
I don't know that I like that for what it's worth. It's changed. If they go back to racing, I'm going to be like, where's Paul Walker? That's the first thing I'm going to think. Where's Paul Walker? Why is he not in this show? I need to watch him. I want to see back in those days.
I just want to have like for reference, they're not performing very well. Is like they don't consistently make over $1 billion at the box office anymore
Mhm.
because Fast X made 704 million, which makes it the 140th highest grossing movie of all time.
So stupid.
Gotta pack it in.
Yeah,
Do you think it was
we
that
didn't crack the top
scene?
100? I guess give up.
yeah.
Do you think it was that scene with Vin Diesel driving down the Spanish steps that really solidified this movie as not a success?
Yes,
Because that-
probably.
Animation, man.
because they
Wow.
got
I mean,
interns to animate it.
Yeah.
you had that scene in that movie, right? And then you go look in the Mission Impossible movie, and they had like a similar scene,
How dare you?
and it's like it was fine. It looked
They
okay.
did do almost the same scene in that movie. And it looks significantly better.
It's so much better the Mission Impossible movie. Like, I
Aaron-
don't know.
Aaron's just over here like the steps aren't that close to that other landmark that they're driving. You can't
They're
get
not.
I don't know. Like,
I was
who...
watching them drive, and I'm like, this is not accurate. You
Oh my
can't take
God.
a left hand and go there.
there. He's like, I've been to Italy. Let me tell you.
Okay.
The steps aren't there.
Are you suggesting the Fast and Furious movies are not accurate? Because I will
would
not have that
never.
on this podcast.
I just feel like wherever the directors or the animators, like wherever they live, like weed became like super like just accessible, and they were just like, it's fine to me.
Man.
I mean, my only excuse is it was made during COVID, I guess. But
You
man,
don't need to make an excuse for it.
I do. I
didn't
I need
make
to
it.
defend the Fast and Furious movies
It's okay.
with my whole
Gosh.
soul.
You need to. Okay, let's talk about a few things in video game world. First and foremost, Palworld, tell me if I'm wrong, but this has become either the #1 or #2 most played game on Steam. Is that correct?
If I'm not mistaken, I think PUBG still holds #1.
Do they still hold #1 for concurrent players or peak?
Yeah, I
peak
think so.
players?
Peak concurrent, yep. It passed Counter-Strike though, which is crazy. It took the #2 spot.
It's been popping off. I don't know if anybody else wants to chime in on it. I mean, Palworld's basically Ark mixed with Pokemon. So it's a survival crafter, but then you can also get companions that you could put to work. Supposedly, I haven't played this yet, and this is hearsay from what you can do in this game, but I think you can also capture real people.
Mhm.
I've seen this, yeah.
So that's cool, I guess. You could do slave labor.
I like
Yeah,
that
this-
you called them companions first.
yeah,
Well, revisionist history.
You can, yeah, the things that you capture, you can force to work in your base. And they'll like complain about working conditions and stuff.
Wow.
It's crazy.
there's
And you can do it to humans
Yeah.
as well. And then also, like, if you own a POW, you can butcher it turns out that you can also do that to a human, because as soon as you capture it, then it acts the same. So you can just capture humans, force them to work for a while, and then butcher them for their meat.
Oh my gosh.
How is this game still live?
Right?
How does this game still exist right now?
I don't know.
Tell me if I'm wrong. Like, I know very little about this game, right? But is it not just Pokemon?
It's not really Pokemon at all.
It would be Ark Survival, honestly, more so. Yeah. Like, I would say that they would have a bigger claim for lawsuit than...
Companions look like Pokemon.
Okay.
Yeah. The pals.
That's where that comes from. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
There's no turn-based combat. I mean,
I argue that Pokemon doesn't have to be turn-based. I mean...
No. IP,
it's just an IP. Like, Caitlin's been talking about how it has a lot of similarities to Arceus, which is a Pokemon game.
Yeah. Oh, when you think Pokemon, you pretty much think turn-based. What game is there that's not turn-based? Pokemon Unite?
Yeah, but for
Detective
IP
Pikachu.
Purposes, like, I can't put Spider-Man in my 4X game just because it's a 4X game.
I mean, that is true.
I still need the license for it.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the thing that, like, if we want to dive in a little bit to the controversies of, Palworld and what's happening right now. One is, if you check the media channel, I actually posted a link. Nintendo is now looking into Palworld, probably because of how successful it is.
Sure.
But also to see if they stole assets and whatnot. At one point, there was somebody randomly on Twitter that said that AI started building this game, and that was quickly shot down, and the guy came back and apologized. And that's actually kind of a interesting and scary thing to think about, is that we're getting to a point where we're actually not knowing if the games are being built by AI or real people. But also, at the end of the day, I think if you're taking creative inspiration from stuff, I mean, as long as you're not one for one making the same exact thing, I mean, that's what art is. I mean, that's what, if you look at YouTube and the fair use, like, as long as you're using the stuff to build off of and creating on top of it and changing it enough, then it is what it is. And like a lot of the comparisons that people are making between the Pokemon and the pals, it's kind of a reach. There are some that are like pretty much 1-to-1, and honestly, I think they just need to go in and change them a little bit more. But if you have like a snake, for instance, and it's a snake Pokemon, and then there's a snake pal, what do you suppose? It's a snake. Like, I mean, it's
yeah.
So
it's the very stylized ones that look similar that are going to be the issue, not just the normal creatures.
Right.
I think it's pretty much all okay unless they can prove that they took and modified assets from Pokemon. Because that would be the thing. Like, there's some images floating around of Pokemon assets next to Palworld assets that line up pretty close. Mm-hmm. And it's like, did they take this and just alter it a little bit, or is it just, coincidence?
So over a couple of days, I've been watching a couple videos, one from Asmongold, a couple from different other creators. One of the things that we saw was they put the meshes on top of each other, and it was identical. The creator in that thread that is kind of buried actually said that he scaled it down, like he scaled the Palworld down a little bit, so it wasn't exactly a 1-to-1. So he basically made it fit because of how he.
Which I think that one was like a dog shape-ish thing. Mm-hmm. So it's like how likely is that a shape of a dog is going to line up? Maybe. Right. It's like the shape of a dog. I don't know.
So I think this topic is definitely like something that Nintendo can handle, just because like I said, they're very touchy about trademarks.
Oh yeah.
And it's already been this will be 3 years now that this game has been announced and out there. So
yeah,
it's, if they can't find anything in the 3 years, and now they can't find anything now, nothing's wrong with it, I guess.
Well, I mean, now they got access to the assets and stuff that's actually in it, not just trailer.
Yeah, I guess that would be what the investigation they talked about is.
Yeah. They have more things to explore now.
They peaked over 2 million concurrent players.
Woo.
That's even higher than last time I checked.
Okay.
PUBG's at 3.2.
That still blows my mind when you think about it. 3.2 million people played PUBG simultaneously.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
Yep.
crazy.
you really think about it, that was like the first, I mean, other than H1Z1, that was like the first really big BR that was out there. So like genre defining.
It
I mean,
was.
what's crazy about that and Palworld is that those are paid games.
Yeah. And PUBG was pretty expensive, if I remember correctly. It was like $35 or $40.
It was around there, yeah.
Crazy.
Like you would expect. Like I mean, one of the reasons Counter-Strike's always so high, it's a free-to-play game. Anybody can
Right.
pick it up.
Right.
Because the next several are all free-to-play games: Counter-Strike, Lost Ark, Dota.
That reminds me, that was another thing that was brought up in one of the videos talking about Palworld, is that like, can Counter-Strike sue Valorant because it's literally the same game, but it's different skins on the weapons, and now there's abilities on one and there's smoke grenades and stuns on the other. So like nothing was done there, so can they really do anything for Palworld? So,
I mean, if the question is, can they sue them? Absolutely. I mean, it's even remotely close
true.
related, yes. But can they prove it in court, and can they get anything out of them? That's a completely different story.
or
I think if you-
Probably not.
I've been
Yeah,
watching
thinking.
suits. I know anybody could sue anybody.
Oh
And talk about my problem with this game. It's on Game Pass, which
Oh,
I
boy,
still
yeah, that's
am
bad.
paying for right now because I'm still playing through Liza P.
Isn't it
And-
kind of on Game Pass.
Yeah, well, if you would let me get to my next statement,
Yeah, you Caleb.
it's
Sorry.
not up to date on there.
Really?
Yeah, so you cannot play with Steam players, and you can't play on dedicated servers at all in any way. You can just join a group of, like, you can get an invite code and play with 4 players max
Weird.
on that version of the game only.
It's listed as a game preview. on
Well, yeah,
Xbox.
Okay.
that's like how they say it's early
That's how
access,
they
I
do
think.
early access. Okay.
Yeah,
I've
because
never
it's
seen
early
that
access
before.
on Steam also.
I'll
Yeah,
tell
yeah.
you my problem with this game. It's a survival crafter. I feel like I'm going to jump into
Yeah.
it. I'm going to play for like maybe maximum 10, 15 hours and be like, all right, I'm bored grabbing wood and stone over and over.
Probably.
Man, did you watch Junkie's video on this game?
Yes, I did. And that's
Man.
like, I haven't played a single, I've bought it. I haven't played it. And I'm like, do I just refund this? Like,
Donkey has like a pretty long video on this game, and it's like the most boring crap. And he's like, he hasn't really commentated about the game at all, except for showing all the like monotony that you have to go through.
it is how to get guns in the game or whatever. And it's like, what, 20-minute video of him just playing the game and like,
And like every 2 seconds, he's like, gotta get more wood, gotta get more rock,
Weird.
and it's just like, you can tell he's like, why is this what everybody is excited about all of a sudden? It's the same as all the other survival crafter games that have come out and
Yeah.
flood Steam constantly with early access titles. It's crazy.
there's another survival crafter that just came out called Enshrouded, which is Valheim 2.0.
Oh.
That's literally all I'll describe it as. You can go look on Steam. But it's going to be overcast from Palworld. I mean, it's probably going to flop.
Yeah.
Just to finish off the Xbox Game Pass thing, they've said the reason why it's not up to date is because certification process takes a while. And so that could just be like an issue ongoing forever because they're going to be updating the Steam version a bunch
doesn't-
probably because it's popular.
That doesn't make any sense to me, because how does Fortnite, which is still in beta, mind you, release their updates and it goes across all platforms?
Just still in beta. Mind you. I don't know, dude.
And yet, this early access game can't also get that same. Was there like a TOS change that because Fortnite's doing what they're doing, they got grandfathered in, and like now this game with Microsoft, Microsoft's like, this isn't going to happen anymore. Like,
Don't you think if it's Microsoft and it's Fortnite, they're like, I don't care how to get it to work. Intern,
Probably.
make this
I mean-
work.
yeah,
Is Fortnite
feel
on
like-
the Xbox
yeah,
store?
yeah. Fortnite is across all
Fortnite-
platforms. Like, literally, think of a platform and it's on it.
iOS.
My Samsung refrigerator.
Well, Alex, you got me.
Actually, I think they just announced that they're bringing it back to iOS finally.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Fortnite, I think, is one of the big reasons that early access titles are now available at all on Xbox. Because they just refused to take it out of beta and say it's a released product. So eventually they were like, yeah, I guess we'll do an early access program. So they have that game preview thing. And to go with the game preview thing, I think they're supposed to have like accelerated certification stuff of patches because, you know, you're supposed to be updating a lot because it's early access. I don't know. It's weird. Part of me is like conspiracy theorist Alex thinking they wanted to put it on Game Pass, but also they want people to pay for it. So they're not making the versions compatible so that it forces people that own Game Pass to go buy it on Steam to be able to play during the zeitgeist.
Palworld, the developers, if you actually look into the games that they've made, they're literally just a whatever is the biggest thing out there at that moment, they make a game exactly similar to it and see if it succeeds.
Yeah.
So like, for instance, they made their own. It wasn't called Silksong, but it's basically Silksong.
That's the game that you talked about, isn't it, Caleb?
Firstborn?
No, you said one the other day. It looks a lot like.
Oh, Deviator.
I'm sorry. I've stopped the podcast. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's all I had. Never Grave is what it's called.
Never Grave. That was it.
It literally is like Celeste or
it's not the same one.
Whatever.
Wow, you are not joking. This Deviator looks like, man. You want to play
Deviator's
Hollow
not
Knight?
the one they're talking about, though.
I know, but
yeah.
But yes, it looks identical to Hollow Knight.
Wow, incredible, man. Wow. Okay. Palworld.
Yeah, Never Grave is the one I was talking about. Which is similar to Dead Cells and Rogue Legacy because it is, and it literally looks like whatchamacallit. What Hollow Knight? You guys just said it.
Gosh.
Yeah.
So hard.
I think Deviator actually looks worse than Nevergrave in terms of ripping off Hollow Knight.
Probably.
Yeah, it looks much closer.
Yeah, it does. Okay, let's move on to the very last thing in video games before we move to what you've been playing lately, which is games we're excited about. Everybody gets one game. Games you're
That's what
excited
you're
about.
using.
2024.
Oh,
you get
okay,
one
that's
game.
your one. Good job.
And you've
Everyone
already
gets
ruined mine,
one
Chad.
game?
Thank you very much.
One game?
You get one game.
It's not a lot.
Well,
You get
now
one
you
game.
don't have
Not a
a
lot.
game list.
Pick a
It's a
game.
foreign
you get one
concept
game
to
be
Alex.
excited
A
about.
list of one? Impossible.
That's
not a list.
That's not.
Not a list.
That's not even
All right,
a list.
listen. How about this? Fine. Everybody gets two games.
No,
go
just
in
do
order,
one.
but
I
you
don't
can't
have
talk about it for
to.
5 minutes.
How do you not have two? That's crazy.
This year sucks.
Stop. I have one.
Are we going back to one game? Okay, perfect. My
You can have one or two games. How about that?
one or two games, sure.
have
I
10.
am most looking forward
You have
to
10?
There aren't even that many games coming out this year.
Seriously.
There's actually quite a few.
All right, if you just list them, I feel like I want to hear this because how is there 10?
Well, he's
Well, some of
excited
them are
for
going to be what we
Suicide
have,
Squad.
so.
All
So,
right.
It's gonna be on
it's
the
easy.
list.
You're just wrong about stuff. You know?
We'll go in alphabetical order here. I'll go first.
I didn't
'Cause
even
you
list Suicide Squad.
Double A.
Wow.
I am most excited about S period, T period, A period, L period, K period, E period,
Ooh.
R period, 2,
That's on my list.
Heart of
Heart of
Chernobyl.
Yeah. Very excited for that.
Pumped.
Be nice to be
It
back in the
has
Stalker
been-
world.
I don't even know when the first Stalker came out.
I don't think you have to pronounce the periods. You don't do that in regular text.
I don't know why they would put periods in there.
Yeah, if you don't pronounce
It's just like punctuation. You don't pronounce punctuation.
Okay, so it's
2007. So it has been,
Yeah,
a little bit of
exactly.
time since the first
There
one
were-
came out.
it. Yeah, there were other ones since then, but not.
They're not as good. But I'm very excited. Alex, what do you got?
I think that also got a little bit of a delay to the
It
back
did.
half of this year.
That's
Still
fine.
this year, though.
September 5th is what they're currently showing.
I mean, do I just steal Silk Song? That's like the big one, I think.
It has to be a game coming out this year.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
Is
That's definitely a
maybe we didn't
2025
specify
title.
that, but yeah, it's got to come out this year.
You can't stop me. I'm going to list all of them. Silk Song, Helldivers
Oh my
2, Dragon's
gosh.
Dogma 2.
You're just gonna
the
say ones that
Destiny
we want to say.
expansion, Black Myth Wukong,
Yeah, that's the one I wanted to say. Thank you.
Hades, Hyper Light Breaker,
Yep.
Star Wars Outlaws.
Hades is not coming out this year.
Correct.
Hades 2 is coming out in early access.
It doesn't
No.
count.
It is.
Doesn't count.
Doesn't count.
Helldivers 2 is probably the biggest one for me right now.
Caleb, did you have anything now that Alex is taking every game
they're
that's
all
going to come
gone
out?
now.
2024,
so
yeah.
What am I
okay.
even supposed to do?
I don't even know at this point.
Are we talking about them, or are we just listing them now?
It sounds like
We
now
were
we're
just-
listing.
I
them.
guess we're just saying things.
I don't
Love
know.
the
I
idea.
started talking about it, and then we just got a list.
Yeah, I know.
My God.
Caleb, you got anything?
Black Myth Wukong looking real good. It's still slated for August so far. Will it come out this year? Maybe.
Why don't you tell us about
Hopefully.
the
That
game a
game's-
little bit?
Mysterious to me.
Yeah, they haven't. I mean, they've showed some gameplay. It looks to be very action-oriented, maybe Souls-like, where you play as the Monkey King.
Is this the one that's by Team Ninja?
I don't believe so.
I think it's like some random Chinese developer.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking of then. Okay.
Don't know.
This game, I feel like they showed it off for years and it looked very like a Souls-like, and then all of a sudden the last trailer that they put out looks like God of War.
Yeah, it looks a little.
When you say
Go on.
God of War, do you mean old God of War or new God of War?
I guess new God of War.
Okay.
Like to the point of like big set piece boss fights with like, like you're doing crazy, like crawl on top of them and like all this like non Dark Soulsy combat,
Yeah, it's got a little bit of Dragon's Dogma going on in it, looks like.
You actually play a little monkey man?
Yeah.
It's made by Chinese developer Game Science, who doesn't even have. There's not even a Wikipedia page for Game Science.
Intriguing. For the record, the Team Ninja game I was thinking of was called Rise of the Ronin, and it also comes out this year, actually.
Nice.
PlayStation exclusive.
Is it really?
Chad, how about you? 2024 games.
Man,
Game.
did everybody go already?
I have not gone.
Give me just like a couple more seconds.
Jake, what do you got? 2024.
The game I'm actually most excited about this year actually comes out today.
Oh.
Yakuza, not Yakuza. That's not part of the title anymore. Strike that from the record.
Like a dragon.
Like
Come
a
on.
Dragon, Infinite Wealth. That actually comes out today. It's the next game in the Like a Dragon series, which is not called Yakuza anymore. It's just about Yakuza, and you play as a Yakuza doing Yakuza things.
So weird.
Perfect. Love it.
But it's the second turn-based game they made, so it's now officially a JRPG. It's not an action game. This one takes place in Hawaii. It brings back old-time series protagonist Kazuma Kiryu, who was not in Like a Dragon, because they were supposed to be moving on from him, but they just brought him back anyways.
Everybody
Just
loves
fuck
him, huh?
it. He had 6, 7, 8-ish games
Mm-hmm.
with him.
That's
That's
a lot.
really low. It's probably 9.
I would think the name change would be like so they could go away from Yakuza based storylines, but you're telling me they're still heavily Yakuza focused.
Yes. I thought the reason they changed it was because it's a new protagonist.
And they brought
And
him back.
to be fair, that protagonist is still a protagonist, but the old protagonist is now also a protagonist. They're both protagonists
It's crazy.
in this game. But yeah, I'm really excited about it. I think the first Like a Dragon game had a lot of potential, so I hope they expand on it. With that being said, I'm excited about it. I'm not $70 excited about it. So like, I'll get it in a few months probably.
Yeah. Chad?
Travis's all-time favorite game, World of Goo. The sequel, World of Goo 2.
Is that a true fact?
That's not actually the one. There's also The Wolf Among Us 2 coming out. When did the
Really?
first one come out?
I feel like they've been saying that so long.
Ages
Okay,
ago.
never
yeah.
mind. Then let's just ignore I
Time.
said that. There is this isn't the one I'm most excited for, but after looking through this list, well, Helldivers is one of the I'm most excited for. But looking through this list, there's Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. It actually looks
Yeah.
kind of cool.
Does that actually have a release date?
No, it's
Okay.
2024 though.
Sure. I was
I think,
just curious.
Do you know who's the developer on that? It's switched like 5 times.
The Chinese room?
It is the Chinese room. Okay. They did I believe
Amnesia?
they're the ones who did Dear Esther and
Yes.
Yep.
Amnesia Machine for Pigs.
Yep.
Okay.
Wow. 2 very different games.
Not both were basically just walking simulators.
Yeah, I guess
Everybody
so.
Goes to the Rapture. That was them as well, right?
Oh boy.
It might be. I don't
It is.
honestly remember. I didn't play that one.
Everybody's gone to the Rapture.
All right, are we ready for what you've been playing lately?
Oh boy, we're still going.
YBPL.
Wait, how did you not?
YBPL.
How is Homeworld 3 not your most anticipated
It's not
game?
my
Aaron?
because I am so excited about S period T. I don't have to.
Oh
do
my
the
god.
whole thing.
Just say stalker. Just say stalker.
That's
Man,
STLKER.
I just saw
Aaron will be
something
like-
about Homeworld having like a co-op mode in it.
It
Seems
does.
like it'd be really cool.
They have. That's one of the reasons they delayed actually, because they wanted to put in a. It's a. Did they say it's like a? Hold on, man. I want to say they said it was like a roguelike.
What is Homeworld?
That sounds familiar. It's a
Space
RTS.
RTS
Space RTS, yeah.
in like 3D dimensions.
Space RTS. It's pretty crazy.
Oh my god, I hate
It's a lot. It's a
all
lot.
of that, honestly.
What I love the most about Homeworld is the story. Actually, it is incredibly. It's a
Good
beautiful story with like wild ideas and concepts. It is
You love
really.
like
it.
RTS games?
I do.
Is it just like
Who
Ixaron?
Grew
are
up on
you?
Command and Conquer.
I grew. That's what I mean. Command and
When is-
Conquer, Red Alert.
When's the last
Dune
time you
games.
played an RTS?
Man, I'll tell
Can
you
you
right
replay
now.
Homeworld? Not that
When
long
I
ago?
did replay both Homeworlds. The last one I played was what's the name of that game? We played it in one of our humble monthlies. Northgard.
Oh, no.
So-
Oh, I do remember.
I just
Yeah.
want to put Aaron on blast real quick. When I met him, the only thing he played was COD Zombies.
Yeah,
We
that
got
was-
him into Dota, and I didn't think he was a gamer. And now
Oh,
look
dude.
at him.
The thing is, the real problem is when I transitioned from being a PC gamer to an Xbox gamer, it changed what I played. Because I grew up playing Command and Conquer, Diablo, like a whole bunch of games. Tomba 2. No, I'm just kidding. Tomba 2 wasn't one of the originals. But I grew up playing all those games, and then when I got an Xbox, I just started playing COD and Halo and first-person shooters, and it just changed what I like. I just stopped playing RTSs, but I love them. So I'm very excited about Homeworld 3.
Absolutely insane.
The world
Anyway.
also stopped playing RTSs.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what you've been playing lately. Chad, you're up first this week.
Oh my god.
I know.
I don't even know what I wrote now because I thought I was going to be able to go at the end. Oh, that's what I wrote. All right, so I'll start off by saying I played 47 hours of Final Fantasy 16. Wow, he walks away.
A lot.
Uh,
I mean, over 4 weeks, I guess it's not. I mean, it's big still. A lot still.
yeah, no, that's me doing just the main story.
Have you finished?
Yes, I finished.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you finished. You didn't
I will
text me.
say I didn't text you because I didn't want to talk about it.
Oh,
I
didn't like the ending?
I think the game was at like the narrative that they did was absolutely incredible, and me stewing on this for a little bit, I think the ending was decent, but I am unsatisfied with it. I think from a standpoint of should this have happened? Sure, but I am unsatisfied with it. But man, that game, the way it just like, it's so flashy and just like,
Heck yeah.
I don't know, Caleb, you said this isn't your type of game, but like I just felt like I was playing God of War again. But I will say that the boss, like I died maybe like 3-4 times total throughout the whole 47 hours, so it is pretty easy. I wish I could have chosen
Real
like
gamer. Holy crap.
a harder difficulty to start with, but they
I died
don't
more
let you
than
get
that.
the hard difficulties until the new game pluses.
Lame.
So you have to choose either story or adventure, I think, and that's it. So I don't know, grab a save file and then play through the harder difficulties first. I think the character development that they did with everybody was really cool. Even with not playing the side quest, I've looked up a couple things from the side quests, and there is some details and stuff that I missed. But just playing through the main story, it was incredible. Caitlin was watching the entire time because I played it on the TV downstairs, and so we would just like be done with playing on computers, and we'd go down there and just hang out, drink tea, and play on that TV.
Drink tea. Did you play the expansion? Did that work for you?
I have not tried the expansion because I was dissatisfied with the ending.
Oh my gosh.
And I heard that the expansion was more story in the middle. It wasn't anything that adds on to the ending.
Does it not just pop up and tell you about it during the game? Because I was wondering how that would work if you were playing from the beginning.
Interesting. No, I don't think it did. Unless that's what made me play 47 hours.
It happens basically at the very end of the game.
Okay.
Like the point that the save puts you back at after you finish the game.
Okay.
Like that, you can go do the expansion from there.
I wonder if I had to pay for it then.
It has like maybe the hardest fight in the game in it. They have like an Uber boss at the end of it.
I see. Maybe I would die a little bit more on that boss.
A car.
Yeah, he drives you places.
I will say the game is completely playable all the way through without doing side quests. If you don't want to just deliver wood or whatever, I don't know. I didn't do any side. I did the side
Uber
quests,
boss to deliver it with you.
Right. I did the side quests that had the plus signs on them. All of those because they unlock stuff for you. Alex told me to do those, so I did them. But the ones that are just exclamation points and the green, I was just like, that's a lot. I don't want to do it, so I just didn't. Yeah, I think this game is really good, and it definitely still is my game of the year, even with the ending. Anyways, moving on. Lies of P, another game that I've been playing, or rather, I played a little bit of, and I was like, man, I'm going to forget all the controls from Final Fantasy, so I should go beat that first. So I played like 4 hours of that, got to a factory, and then beat a boss after dying a bunch of times to it. Frickin' poops on the ground, shows me his P organ or whatever with all the fire.
So you've only played what you played on stream then?
Yeah.
That one time? Okay.
Yeah. So I'm probably going to just play that on stream and not play it off stream ever. So
I'm pretty sure you got to where you ended about twice as fast as I did.
That doesn't sound right.
I unlocked the best song in that game. That was important. It was a fetch quest that I had to go on. That Caleb was like, "Hey, have you got this yet?"
I sent him on a long wild goose chase for that.
But yeah, it's a really cool game. Like I said, I think on the Game of the Year podcast, the reason why I usually don't play Souls-likes that aren't from FromSoft is because they're just kind of janky usually. This one does not feel janky. It literally, like, it is Dark Souls. It is Bloodborne. Like, it's incredible. I think the parry combat is cool if I could ever parry.
It's easier than it is in Dark Souls, so I'll say that much.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's also cool that like even if you go for the parry, you block, then you can get the health back from attacking. So like that's something to retrain your brain on from playing Dark Souls, where it's like you never block because you're just gonna take chip damage constantly, and then never be able to heal from that. But yeah, I look forward to playing more of this. So
Really
it's a
cool
good purchase.
Yeah. If we're moving on to me.
I figured you were just going to keep talking about Lies of
Yeah,
P. So Alex, what have you been playing lately?
Lies of P. I'm curious how long it took you all to beat the game.
Hour.
If you people have
An
hour?
You people that have finished it.
Probably like 4 times as fast as you're gonna do it.
Can you see that in Game Pass?
I was gonna say it's on Game Pass. I don't know.
You go to your
I don't know.
profile and then you can look at games.
All right, give me a second.
I have it in my Play Night library, so
Let me fight fucking Microsoft.
31 hours.
gosh.
32 hours. Winner.
Is that how that works?
Yeah, my number's bigger. Therefore, I won.
I have heard it's supposed to be around 30 hours.
How long have you played it for?
I'm at
Alex?
51. So
one, you didn't leave it open any time for overnight?
maybe a little bit
full
here
day?
and there, but like not really. Like most of the time is.
Has that been like secret hunting or like getting stuck?
Good one. Good one.
Or
I mean, I guess getting stuck. I mean, it's a lot of death. I don't know.
It's a lot of death. You sound so sad when you say it like that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's sometimes there's so many times that I've been like so close to the next Stargazer point, and then I die and it resets me. I have to run all the way back through all the stuff again. And then I actually get to the next point and I'm like, it was really right there. I just redid the entire
always
section.
right there.
Oh my gosh, it's so annoying.
I am at 35 hours.
oh, Aaron wins.
You know what?
So
I
that
actually,
metric I win.
I need to make
Yeah.
a comment since
You
we're
haven't
still on
finished
Liza P. You guys did not tell me, and I'm very upset about this. And I've deducted a point from the Game of the Year Liza P Game of the Year cast. You didn't tell me I couldn't pet the cat. He hisses at me. What is that all about? Get out
I
of
like
here.
you.
Yeah.
And now I've just been on a hunt of where's the cat in all the locations of, whenever I come back, because he's not on the table when you come back the second time.
I actually never found him where you did, up on the bookcase. I'd never seen him there. Yes, I'd never looked there.
Yeah.
I mean, did you look for the cat like I have?
Yeah. Did you look for the cat for 30 hours like Alex did? Or?
Yeah, that's what I was doing for the extra 20 hours over you guys. No, I don't. It's just been really hard. But also not as hard as I expected it to be. If that makes sense. I heard from several reviewers that this is like this game is so hard. Like maybe if you don't like regular Souls game, this is going to be out of your league because this one's just really hard.
Did you just say game reviewers and you're taking their advice?
No, like the Iron Pineapple video about this.
Yeah.
He's like, man, this is like one of the hardest Souls likes. Like if you're not really into the genre, it's probably not going to be for you.
And it's notable because he reviews primarily Souls-like games. That's like his identity.
It's his jam.
Yeah.
So it's not like IGN coming out and saying that.
Yeah,
kind of-
exactly. It's like a guy who's really into Souls-like saying it's really hard. It's like, oh, it must be really hard.
I would say it is pretty hard for Souls-like, but I think it's really hard in very fair ways. Almost always. Unlike Dark Souls 1, that I feel like is often hard in very unfair ways.
And I don't know what it is, but like this game, and I haven't gotten to the point where I've just been like, maybe I just don't play this game anymore. Like usually I get to in a Souls game, I'll get to a point where I'm just burnt out. And for some reason, this game is not doing that to me. And I don't really know why.
Is it because you're switching weapons all the time?
I
maybe?
don't know. The combination of systems maybe is just like really vibing with me, I guess. Like
Do you think it's because you love Pinocchio so much?
That has to be it. You're right.
The only thing I can think
Just
of.
a big Geppetto fan.
Yeah. For sure.
Gosh, I think it has a lot to do with like the
Shaping of the P organ.
like aggressive play style, the shaping
The way
of the
they
P
say
organ.
Gemini.
Yes, the way they say Gemini. That one.
Have you played Bloodborne? Tried Bloodborne?
I have not played Bloodborne.
Okay.
So
Because if you like the aggressive play style,
Yeah. Bloodborne's the way to go.
Bloodborne is
Like, being able
crazy
to-
aggressive.
being able to get hit and like not have
your
it
health
actually
back.
be like that big of an issue
Mhm.
if you use the systems to your advantage is such a big plus to me. Yeah.
I don't know if we talked about this, but the fact that you can get one of your health vials back
Yes.
Yes.
when
It's
you're
great.
out.
Oh, yeah.
Very
So many
cool
times,
mechanic.
like, I love Souls games, but how many times do you get into a fight and you're like, fucking, I took 2 hits right away for no reason. I gotta just take a death and restart. This
Yeah.
one isn't it.
Yeah.
But here it's like, oh, I had a really bad start, but like, if I do really good in the back half, I can get a healing item back and I'm still in it.
My
Yep.
strategy for the boss that I was stuck on was use all 4 vials and then struggle to try to get the next vial.
Yeah, there's like a risk reward to getting that other vial because you could see like you're close. You can be like, I can get 2 more hits in right now. You can be real greedy about
Yeah.
it. Get it back. Get a heal off.
I did
Feels
have
good.
one boss where I got the upgrade to like slowly regen a vial if you're out. And like the only way I beat him was I got to the point where I had none and I knew I was going to get hit. So I just ran away for like a really long time until I got a vial back.
That's
Incredible.
upsetting.
It's an excellent game.
It's really good.
I'm so glad you guys are playing
This
it.
is our game of the year. Right after Dragon Ball Z: The Breakers
Well, and Starfield.
and Starfield.
Yeah.
A lot of games of the year last year.
Yep, a lot of them. All right, I will go next. I've been playing two things. One was while I was work traveling. I played Sanabi, which is a action platforming game that came out in 2023. I think like late November.
Nobody told you to stop being snobby. Like
Yeah.
you're at a work thing. Like calm down.
Yeah, exactly. This game, I'm trying to just figure out how to describe this game. You play as like a
It's an
retired
FPS.
brigadier general where you have a chain arm and you swing around levels. You don't have like a weapon. The chain arm is your weapon. And so every enemy that you attack, you chain to them and kill them that way. But in the meantime, you're like flying around the level all over the place, trying to dodge bullets and projectiles. And
Is it an immortal chain arm?
it's not a mortal chain arm. No,
It kind
I've heard
of
it.
makes me think of like Katana Zero, but more platformy.
I don't know. I've never played that game.
Okay.
It played the gameplay that I remember most closely is kunai without any of the combat mechanics, like just the swinging, just the flying, like the way you move through levels felt like that. I've heard some people compare it to like Boomerang X. I don't know if anybody's played that.
Oh, that game's wonderful.
Okay. This game, I think it's sneaking in on me as an excellent game, and I really wish I would have played it in 2023. It might have been an honorable mention, actually. There's a lot of story in this game, a lot more than I think you'd expect, and then the gameplay is just very fast-paced, you got to be in the right place at the right time. You got to learn how the mechanics for swinging and dodging off of targets that you've currently attacked, because right after attacking a target, you kind of get this window of time where you can dodge in a certain direction to dodge projectiles. They add in some additional, like you don't really gain any additional mechanics throughout the game, but you do. The enemies you fight take different approaches to attacking you, so you really have to change up the way you navigate around levels. It's really fun.
Are there Nazi birds in it?
There are no Nazi birds, sadly.
Okay.
Yeah. But
Did
it's
Did you play this on deck?
yes, I did. Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm watching footage and you look so small on screen. I'm just
You're
on the
very
deck
small.
screen.
It's pretty chaotic.
Seems like it's going to be hard to
Why
see.
did you get the Air Zopa? 15-inch
Oh
monitor.
yeah,
Gosh, always
Take-
the Airzopa.
Take that with you on your travels. Pop it out when you're on the plane.
There's some fun Easter eggs in this game too. I just want somebody else to try this game. If you like this style of game, like action platformer, like bouncing around like a crazy person. Again, no weapons. You're attacking with the chain. You're moving with the chain. You're dodging with the chain. Everything is the chain.
The way
Everything.
you've
This
described
is
this
an Alex
game
game for sure.
is like
It does
so
look like it.
similar and timbre and just the way there's so much story that it literally
No,
is
it's not
identical to Leica.
It's not Leica. It's not even remotely close to
Not
Leica.
even.
Leica is an absolute masterpiece. This is really good game. It's not that. I haven't finished it yet, so maybe it will become that, but that's not that. It's also not really a Metroidvania as far as I'm aware. It's more just straightforward, point A, point B the whole way through the game.
It's also
That's
not a
cool.
Motorvania.
It's also not a Motorvania. Yes.
And it doesn't have an immortal chain, I guess.
It doesn't
you know?
have an immortal chain. No.
I've heard we're going to call them search action games now.
I have
What?
heard about Search Action.
That's weird. I like
Yeah,
Metroidvania, better.
Metroidvania.
That's stupid. I love Metroidvania.
Yeah.
Anyway, somebody go play
Whatever.
this game to tell me that I'm wrong, because I really want to know that I'm wrong. It is overwhelmingly positive on Steam, both
Doesn't
recent
sound like you're
and
wrong.
all time. So I feel like it's a really good game, and I like the story a lot. So go check it out. The other thing I've been playing is a crap ton of Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. I'm going to tell you right now, this is going to be on my Game of the Year list.
This game slaps. I've been playing it some too.
Really?
I am 17
I've heard
hours
some
into
negative
this
things
game.
about this.
I'm 17 hours in. It is freaking phenomenal.
It's great.
I love it.
Wow.
I think the exploration aspect of this game, the Metroidvania feel of this game is great. The boss fights feel very tight. I have run into a couple bugs with mostly camera. The weirdest thing, like
Weird.
where it will be focused on something and none of the action is happening in the camera. Like
Haven't
there's
had
stuff
that.
going on, either a cutscene or a fight, and it's just happening off camera. So it's weird. It's never during a fight. So, but the story is, I mean, it's pretty obvious right at the beginning what's going on to an extent, but then it really does a good job of developing and kind of changing and morphing from there. I think the abilities that you gain, the special moves that you get, the combat combos, like attack combos you get for battling enemies are all very unique and fun. The thing I will say that I really like the best about this game is, now that I am as far as I am, it has become less about combat and more about puzzle platforming, because you gain so many abilities that change the way you approach the terrain. And man, they really challenge you. There are some incredibly difficult chests to get through or to get to that require you to really think through the way that your abilities work in this game. It's very puzzly, very like almost Celeste-esque in terms of spikes and damage traps and sticking to walls and maneuvering around. It's excellent. But you get done with one of those, and then you go fight a boss, and it's super hard. And you, again, have to use all your abilities, because each boss fight takes advantage of you playing the style of game you used to play before you got the new ability. So you have to focus on whatever the new ability is and include it in your repertoire of skills and actions that you're going to use while you're fighting the boss.
That's nice. That's cool.
They did it very, very good. And this game, it just feels really polished in a lot of ways.
Combat's really fluid.
Incredibly fluid.
Are you playing this on right now?
I'm just on Epic Store, just on my PC. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just meant what launcher, because there's a ton of those
I
out
didn't
right
buy
now.
it.
And I didn't know if it's on Game Pass. And
I didn't buy
already,
it on Ubisoft Connect. I bought it through the Epic Store.
I
Well,
didn't
you
realize
didn't
Lies of
buy
P
it
was on
on
Game
Ubisoft
Pass.
Connect.
So.
It still launches Ubisoft Connect.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, of course it does.
I think the negative that I've heard, which people were piling on other things to it. One is because it's from Ubisoft. Two, I guess they forgot a voice actor and put text to speech into the game for a little bit.
Oh, really?
I haven't
it was a mistake.
Voices on, so I don't have that issue.
Yeah.
Wow.
It wasn't by design. Like the voice actor is supposed to be in there, but like
You turned it off? You turned off voice
turned
acting?
Persian voices on.
Oh.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that.
That's
Great.
cool.
That's really
Great.
cool.
I'm excited that you guys are saying this game is good, though, because I love Prince of Persia's.
It's really good.
Man, major
Also,
fan.
The mechanic that you can drop a screenshot on your map essentially for a location.
So good.
Man,
Okay,
it needs to
yes.
be in every Metroidvania from now on.
We should talk
However-
about that. Because they do a good job. They limit it, which is weird.
They
and you
limit
also get tokens that you can place on a map like a normal Metroidvania, but the screenshots are like, all right, here's the layout of this space. You can go back and view it at any point as a screenshot and be like, okay, well, I think I have an ability that will allow me to accomplish whatever's in the screenshot now, which is great. What was your however, though?
I think they limit it too much. I think you get too few of them, or as many things as I want to mark.
I haven't had that experience. I always have at least 5.
Wow. Yeah. No. I have been out and been like, okay, which one am I removing so I can put one here? So this is more important.
I
I will
wonder
also
what
say
the reason for limiting it is.
I'm curious as well.
you get the ability to get more pictures as you go too.
Yeah. One of the upgrades is, or not upgrades, but one of the items you can find is more of them.
That's odd. It's an odd upgrade to allow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, 2 bugs actually, and that makes me think of, there is a side quest that is completely bugged out. You cannot play it on PC right now.
Oh
no.
It freezes the game, or it doesn't freeze it. It just puts you on a screen where you cannot do anything after dialogue, and it does not progress the game whatsoever. There's no way to get out of it.
Which
You get Alt F4. It's up in the library. There's a side quest with a guy who asks you to go find the moons. I don't know how far you are in the game.
I've been doing the moons.
They're up.
I cannot.
Just look up, my guy.
And I have looked for ways around it. I've people are like, oh, change your monitor refresh rate to match whatever. Unplug and plug your controller back in. While in
Interesting.
game.
Yeah, I found 3 moons, I think. Or I found
I can't
the moon
get past
3
it.
times.
Yeah. Anyway, love this game. Excellent. It will definitely be on my game of the year list. Go play it. Great game.
Yeah, it's another one I really want to play, but I'm not paying. What is it? $30?
It's
I
it's
think it's
50,
worth it.
50.
but it's
That's right.
I think it's worth a full price game.
Yeah.
I
do
I
too.
believe you. I'm
Have
not
you
paying
guys
$50.
used Code Hydraxis in the item shop while buying these
I
games?
didn't this time. No,
Oh, no, I forgot. I'm
usually
sorry.
remember, but I did forget this time.
So you're the one that's giving me money.
I always put it in. Yeah. What if like 2024 does something crazy and just puts out a ton of amazing games?
Possible.
I'd be
And
excited.
somehow this like gets knocked off your game of the
I'll
year.
be a little upset because we could use a break after last year.
Man,
We could.
I honestly, games better slap if they're gonna knock this off the list. It's that good.
It's really good. I think Alex, you in particular like it a lot because the combat has a lot to do with comboing stuff and juggling, air juggling, stuff like
Which is
that.
funny.
I'm
I
excited.
don't use that at all.
Oh, it's so good. It's so strong.
I do a lot of dodging and maneuvering to like airstrike down, but I don't hit enemies up in the air and then juggle them very often. Just
It's
it's
my
a lot of
favorite thing to do
parrying
in
for me.
games.
Yeah, I know you'll like it.
Man,
Are you playing on Immortal difficulty? Because I would recommend
Yeah.
Immortal difficulty.
you would. Is that the highest?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, would you recommend for Alex?
Yeah.
I was wondering because the demo showed like what they do to change it, and I was like, is it just going to be like the enemies are? I want to say bullet sponges, but you're not shooting guns. But
Sort of
you
sponges.
understand? Yeah.
They don't feel like sponge.
Okay, because it just
Mo-
like
most of
says,
them. A
yeah,
few
we
do.
we like put
They're
the
like-
health up on the enemies. I don't know. And I'm like, oh wow, that's lazy. But
I think they're faster,
okay,
which is the big deal.
all right.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure their queue times between like showing an attack and actually attacking is much shorter for parrying. So
Mhm.
great game.
I like the slide into an attack.
Yeah,
And
kick them up in the
possible.
air.
Such a
It's
good
my favorite
launcher.
thing. It's my
Yeah.
favorite.
It's fun.
Fun fact that I heard about this game, I guess I need to check if it's true, but I heard that inside Ubisoft, it's the same team that made the recent Rayman games. So Rayman
really?
Legends. Yeah. Which caught my attention, because I fucking love Rayman Legends.
Like the
I
one
never played
Ubisoft
it,
team that's
but I've
making
heard
good
good
games.
things.
Yeah, I know, because I was like, why did Ubisoft make this? That doesn't make sense. And it's like, oh, it's the Rayman Legends team. It's like, oh, good, they still have jobs. That's great.
Do you have all the abilities yet, Caleb?
Mm-mm.
Okay. There's still like areas of the map you can't get to,
Yeah.
sort of thing. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah.
What
Go-
do you think
go
the
play this game.
playtime in this game is? Have people come out and said
They're saying like 16 to 20 for main story, and then like completionist is like 28,
got it?
27, 28, somewhere in there. I'm pretty close to the end, but I'm also trying to get everything, so I'm certain I'm going to be closer to like completionist number. Maybe not all the way up there, but 100, I'm going to at least go through all the side quests and everything, so I'll be quite a ways up there. Jake, how about you?
I kind of haven't been playing a lot. But on stream, I started playing the Resident Evil 4 remake. And that game is so good. Wow, it's crazy good.
Mm-hmm.
Think so far better than the OG one?
They're very different feels.
Okay.
It's a lot more hectic, a lot more like intense. The village scene, which like in the first one, I felt like I had such a good handle on. It's just such. It killed me like 3 or 4 times.
It's
Like,
chaotic.
It
Wow.
was insane. I feel like also I played the OG with a keyboard and mouse, and I feel like that game was not designed to be played with a keyboard and mouse because it's enemies approach very
Yeah.
slowly. You have a lot of time to line up your shots, almost as if it's one of the first games where you're aiming in third person with an
Yeah.
analog stick.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like bam, 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 bam. And now, yeah, in the remake, it's crazy. Like in the original game, right? You pop them in the head, they're gonna stumble, and you can run up and kick them. In the remake, you gotta hit them in the head like 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, saying that out loud, I'm realizing the OG did not have difficulty settings for your
Yeah.
first playthrough. You just played on the difficulty, whereas on this one, I'm on a higher difficulty. So
Right.
maybe that's part of why. But
That would
I've
make
been
sense.
really enjoying having the extra challenge. It's been really kind of
Right.
refreshing, because the first one I thought was a little too easy.
Have you
on
got
keyboard and mouse.
Ashley, and is she as dumb as she was in the first?
I literally I hit the chapter end when I met Ashley, so I
Okay.
do not know.
All right. We'll
Yeah.
revisit that then.
Yes, I'll give an update. It's really good.
Is this the remake that they patched the knife so that it has durability, so you can't use that game-breaking bug or whatever? Not bug.
So
feature.
the reason they
Feature.
added durability, I guess, I don't know, I assume this is the reason, is because they added a parry mechanic.
Oh.
The original game, you could just use the knife, like, I used it all the time just to save ammo. You knock an enemy on the ground, instead of shooting them while they're on the ground, you just stand over them and furiously swipe at them with the knife.
In the original game, you could also look at the ground and swipe with the knife, and it did like 3 attacks instead of 1. Like simultaneously, 3 hits. So you could just one-shot a bunch of zombies.
Interesting. Yeah, the first game, that has a lot of bugs. If you watch like speedruns and stuff, it's crazy. But yeah, so you can like parry attacks that come in. Like a guy comes in to hit you with a machete, and just bam, you parry it. And if
That's
it didn't have durability, you'd probably just be immortal?
Invincible.
Yeah, because it seems like a pretty generous parry window. I basically just hit space when an attack comes in, I parry it. Of
So it'd
course,
be like the
issue
Callisto Protocol, where you hit one button and you're immortal.
It's exactly
for
like
every
the
enemy.
Callisto Protocol. Yeah.
Man, is it? It's not like tank control still, right? They update that.
No, yeah. You can move around while aiming. It's very dynamic. It feels very good to play, very responsive. The one thing I would say, if you're playing this, I bought the bolt thrower. It's a weapon. It's a crossbow. It has theoretically infinite ammo. I have regretted buying it since I
really?
bought it. It takes up a shit ton of inventory space,
take a lot of
and
space.
it sucks ass.
It did
Oh,
really
no.
good work for me.
It seems really, really bad. So yeah, I think I'm gonna sell it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Last but not least, Caleb.
Well, I finished Evil Within 2. I think I talked about this before, so I won't go into too much detail. But the ending of that game is really good. The story of that game is really fun. And there's a sequence at the end that's really, really cool if you've played the first game also. If you haven't, it will probably mean nothing.
Didn't you like not finish the first game?
I played most of it, I believe. And so I knew everything that was happening in the...
You
Okay,
need
gotcha.
to give me an exact time to stop playing the first game.
I played
no.
it for 7 hours.
That bad?
I don't know. Caleb just sounded like he really,
I-
really didn't like it.
I got tired of the first game.
Okay.
Just
He
the
likes-
gameplay was just frustrating, I think.
From my end, it was just like you were like, "I'm definitely gonna play both," and then you were like, "I give up immediately on the first one."
I
Don't wanna play
played
it
7
anymore.
hours. I didn't give up
You
immediately.
gave up
And
immediately.
then I did play the second one all the way through. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but really good if you like survival horror games. Really fun. It's a little dated, sure, but it's like playing Resident Evil 4 right now, the original.
Sure.
Who would
Is there
do
a
that?
parry button in this one?
I've also played Turnip Boy Robs a Bank. It's on the Xbox Game Pass. Being played there if you want.
That's great.
Yeah. It's basically Turnip Boy commits tax evasion, except in roguelike form.
Interesting.
Yeah, where you're running through a bank and robbing it and getting upgrades, buying upgrades with your money, and then going through the bank again and robbing everybody in there. Kind of over and over as the story unfolds about things happening in the bank. It's good. It's, I don't know, it doesn't have as much heart as the first game had.
That's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah.
That's
And
too bad.
the runs, the roguelike runs are timed. One of the upgrades is you can increase the timer. And I think that puts too much stress on moving fast, so you get less of the story bits, the fun story bits that the first one had, the fun characters and stuff. So yeah, it's lacking a little bit.
That is such a weird choice to me.
I
Because
agree.
what was fun about Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion wasn't, oh, I love these mechanics. I wish I could have fun with the mechanics. It was having goofy interactions and finding random documents off people that you rip up right in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just
Yeah.
really goofy ass shit.
It doesn't have near as much of that in this one.
That's really too bad.
Yeah.
I really liked committing tax evasion.
And the
Don't take
ending
that
of
out
this
of
one,
context.
the ending of this one's really whatever compared to the first one.
Aww.
Well,
Man, you're really disappointed. It wasn't my most
Sorry.
anticipated.
Sorry.
So at least
Well,
there's
I
that.
can tell you how long it took me to beat it if you want to know, and then you can.
I mean, I'll
if
probably
it's
stream
worth
it at
the
some
time.
point.
It
How
took
long?
me 5 hours.
That's pretty short. Oh, I'm sure I'll stream it at some point.
It is still fun. It's just it's not on the same level as tax evasion.
Yeah, it is hard to beat tax evasion.
Exactly. The other game I've been playing is Spider-Man 2. Picked that up. Played through all of it. Game's pretty good. A lot of fun. I'm surprised nobody has talked about how buggy it is because it was very buggy.
Buggy?
What?
Yeah,
I didn't have,
What bugs
like,
are
any
you
issue.
having? Yeah,
I
Bad
had
PS5 over
zero?
there.
I had frequent crashes.
Oh no.
I got stuck on the
Really?
environment like a lot.
You know what? I crashed one time.
huh?
Yeah,
Are
and multiple times I was a tiny white cube because my skin didn't load in.
Multiple
What the heck?
times. I saw one video of that online, but I did not experience that.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, it was, I don't know, just it was quite buggy.
It's probably because you were using alternative skins instead of just the default, huh?
Yeah.
Did you just use the default skin the whole game?
I used the skin that
There
was
is
story
no-
appropriate throughout
What
the
is
game.
wrong
Thank
wrong
you.
with you?
Stop it.
I'll tell you what, the best skin in that
I-
game is the pink Civil War skin for
I
Spider-Man.
do like that one.
So good. He's got like mechanical wings. It's excellent.
I did unlock every single one. Never used any of them.
What is
my
wrong with you? I
gosh.
can't.
Jeez.
I mean, at the point when I'm doing the collectible stuff, like I would probably switch over. But like for the story, I like seeing the story appropriate. I
I
like
It's
always
Final
change
just,
it.
it's
Fantasy.
just Spider-Man. They're all story appropriate. It's fine.
I almost
Well,
used one of
they-
the Spider-Verse ones for Miles, but then I
They
decided
make a
against
big
it.
deal about like, for instance, Miles. He's like, I gotta get my own suit in like the Miles Morales game. So like, you know,
Yeah,
it's
but they-
appropriate. It's
Yeah,
They
he
give him
does
the
it again in this
shittiest
game.
suit in the universe in Miles Morales. He has a suit with freaking knee pads.
Yeah.
It's horrible,
think-
and it's in this game again.
I think his new suit in this game is actually worse.
It,
The one towards the
okay,
end.
Yeah.
maybe I don't know what that is.
Okay.
I suppose, but it doesn't. Miles has a suit where he has a backpack with a cat on it, a cat in the
Yes.
bag,
That
and the cat has a
was
Spider-Man
tempting.
mask on.
So
that was
good.
tempting.
That one's
It's
excellent.
so good. And they still do the thing. They have the option where if you wear a Spider-Verse suit, you can change the frame rate of your character's
Yes.
animations to match into the Spider-Verse.
So cool. It looks awesome in
They
game.
also added a thing, another setting where when you hit enemies, it comes up with pow. Like
Oh, I
over
didn't
their
see that. I
heads.
didn't turn that on.
It
I didn't
is
see that.
so funny.
That's great.
I love it so
Amazing.
much.
That's good.
But no,
Alright,
I
I'm
guess
gonna
the
need to
default skin is good too.
I'm gonna need to borrow someone's PS5 so I can play this game.
Yeah.
I currently have Alex's.
All
Yeah,
right,
you can
Caleb.
play
It
I
sounds
need-
like you don't want mine because mine's quite. It
Yeah.
ran quite buggy.
I need to play through
Chad.
God of War.
Oh, you've got that still. I was
Yeah.
about to say
But
Chad
you
must be
can borrow it.
close to done. So you could just
I'll
pick it
borrow
up
your skill.
from him, but
I will say I don't think it would have made my game of the year list still because I think it's just really good game. And last year I think
You say you
didn't-
beat it, or
I did.
man, the ending goes hard.
It does. Yeah, and
the whole second half of the game
yeah.
elevated it for me a lot.
I also like,
curious-
really enjoy Craven. Like, I know he's kind of a joke, but like at the same time, I don't know. I just really enjoy the whole concept of he just wants to fight.
Everybody loves Craven.
Everybody loves Craven. I came around on Craven. He's still like really goofy, I think, but I actually ended up being like, okay, I understand your character motivations.
Yeah.
You're not just a clown. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, he does legitimately every time I see him, I do laugh out loud.
He's so fun.
And yeah, I ended up being okay with Craven in the end.
I started craving him, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Jeez. All
just
right.
So
Yikes.
good. It's so good.
Gosh. Well, I think that's all we got. Good cast, guys. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Talk about some more games we've been playing. Maybe Alex will lay off the layoffs. That would be great. We can have like
It's not
a
my fault.
nice news section.
Maybe he'll finish Liza P.
Well,
Maybe.
hey. I mean, 50,
Or he'll
51
put it
hours
down
right now?
forever.
Don't stop
Yeah.
now.
Are you going to hit double the number of hours that Jake and Caleb have in this game.
What, like 60? Maybe at this point.
62 hours,
62
right?
is the minimum, yeah.
Yeah.
62? I don't know.
62 hours.
62.
It,
know.
it might depend on if you go true ending or not.
True.
Man.
True.
I have like
Buckle
another 11 hours of gameplay. That's so much. I feel like I've been fighting the boss I'm on for at least an hour or two at this point, though. So
If it's any consolation, I do think she is the hardest boss in the game. Even more difficult than the secret boss.
okay.
I think the secret boss might be harder.
Well, one of you played strength and one of you played dexterity, right?
No, I think we actually both went dex, didn't
Yeah,
we?
Jake
Mhm.
restarted.
I started strength.
Oh boy.
Pro tip for anyone playing it, don't do strength. Strength is so
Yeah.
bad.
I
Go
started strength as
strength.
well.
It seems to be going well for you, though.
I think it's going fine.
Something about this game though
The
is
starting
like
weapon for
I
strength
feel like-
is...
Yeah.
I feel like you
I-
can be fast or slow with either side.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that if I stuck with strength more, I would have come to terms with it. But I think it is mainly just the starting weapon is both slow and weak. So it really just I was like, I can't keep doing
You know
this.
what?
I need
As soon as I got the police baton, I made that my handle, and
Yeah, that makes
it
sense.
made the strength weapon
He's so
way
much
better.
faster. Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe it.
You just got to get the Holy Sword of the Ark. That's what you need.
Is
Get
that
the Holy Sword of the Ark. It's the one that
extends?
extends into the
Yeah.
And then you just freaking just murder people.
That was
It's
so
so much
but
fun
didn't fit
to
my
it.
build.
Oh, hate to see it.
That means you didn't get to use the two dragons sword, Aaron.
No, I didn't.
That's
I
It
love
is-
this sword so
man.
much, dude. It's so
It
much
is
fun to play.
maybe my
Two
favorite
dragons
weapon
better.
in any Souls game.
Wow.
It's a
I don't
weapon. So you didn't play with it, but you swing, and it's like okay, you don't play League of Legends. Whenever you swing, you basically get a free dodge. So you like swing, and if I may be misremembering this, but if you like hold the analog stick like to the left, you swing, and then you spin around to the left, and it's a dodge. So you can literally like circle
Oh, just
around.
work your way around a boss?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. It's very nice.
Wow.
I don't know. It's
And
no
then-
Chicago, you know?
Are we? Is this still podcast or is this just chatting?
Look, man, I gotta
Fix
let
one
this
half
go.
dozen.
All right. We'll talk to you guys next time. See you.
Bye.